Good evening and welcome to Big Z Sports presentation of high school football playoffs. Tonight, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, Novellus, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, and TMK Valley Propane presents the Indian Valley Braves versus the Stubenville Big Red in this Division IV Region 15 semifinal. Tonight's game is also brought to you by First National Bank of Denison, the Caleb Bell Real Estate Team, Wood Electric, and Keim Home Center. Now let's head to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio for the best coverage of high school football with Nick McWilliams and Shannon Thomas.
Football playoffs have descended on St. Clairsville for this Division IV Region 15 showdown. Indian Valley taking on Steubenville. Good evening, everyone. Nick McWilliams, Shannon Thomas, the whole Claxon Communications crew. Daniel Adams also doing social media for us on the sideline. And we've got quite the matchup between the Braves and the Big Red. Winner of this game moves on to the regional final for Region 15, as it is going to be a contest that Indian Valley fans might not remember or might not want to remember so well from last season. Shannon Thomas to my right tonight. And Shannon, this is a game that you were here for last season. Obviously, I think it was the regional final, though, last year between these two squads. Did not go Indian Valley's way, but there is some comfort in knowing the enemy in front of you.
Yeah, they know what to expect from Steubenville. I mean, they're one of the premier teams in the state of Ohio, and you just faced them last year, so you're familiar with the athletes that they got. Like you said, Indian Valley last year, that game in the first half determined that game last year. Indian Valley had some good stops on defense last year in the second half and stuff, but it was just way too much. You know, they gave up way too much in the first half to try to be competitive in that game. Well,
this is a matchup of it's the same way that I discussed it with head coach Matt Lancaster for the Braves. I said, Coach, truthfully, this is kind of like David versus Goliath because we know Steubenville is going to have the size advantage. They have that in many of the matchups that they have. Indian Valley's been on the other end of the spectrum for that. But maybe that's the beauty in this matchup, Shannon. Indian Valley's used to playing as the smaller team that has to use their physicality to find an edge.
Yeah, and this is probably one of the best Big Red teams that's been put on the field the last couple of years as far as athleticism. They've had teams before that were bigger and stronger, but there's a lot of athletes on this team right here. And Indian Valley coming in, probably one of their smallest teams ever, but they've found a way to fight and stay in this, and they've already knocked off a number 3 seed and a number 4 seed, or was it the other way around, 4 and 5?
I think you have it right with that one. I'm not sure. See, the seeding at a certain point, I just lose track of it. But that is the interesting fact here. Shannon, if you didn't know, right now Indian Valley has a 13 seed. They are one of only 3 teams left in the entire OHSAA playoffs that is still that has a double-digit seeding that is still alive in the postseason. So we know the grit's there. We know the grind's there. But this is the thing. They have not played a team like Big Red yet.
No, and just like I said, it's one of the premier programs in the state. You know, I just call him Coach Reno. I don't go off his last name. He's just known as Reno to most people.
Don't worry, I'll do the pronunciation tonight.
And he has built a program in Steubenville that just continues to win. And tonight on the Indian Valley sideline, everybody has to step up. The coaches have to step up. The players have to step up. The cheerleaders better show up, and the band better bring it because Braves Nation's going to need everything they got to have a shot at beating this team.
Yeah, just some numbers for any Indian Valley fans out there if you might not be aware of what Steubenville brings to the table. So far this season, I've mentioned it before, I do believe Steubenville you would expect to be the running attack that they always have. A lot more balance this year. Rushing-wise, 2,300 yards on the ground through 12 games, over 2,000 through the air as well. This is the first time in program history that Steubenville has produced a 1,000-yard receiver, and that is none other than the senior stud standing at 6'3", Isaac Hill. He's going to be a handful. On top of that, Steubenville has gained a total of about 4,300 yards this year, only gave up 3,300. The most important thing, I think, from this game, though, Shannon, we know Indian Valley is going to want to put the ball on the ground, but they are still going to pass it. Steubenville has picked off 12 passes, and they have also recovered 4 fumbles. On the other side of the coin, though, they've only thrown 6 interceptions. But then it kind of flip-flops again. You've got a Steubenville team that's lost 9 fumbles. So ball security might be the issue, but they are ball hawks on defense.
Yeah, they get to the ball, and they do it as a team. Those interceptions, those fumbles, that goes across the board. It's spread out. But on the other side, Indian Valley, They got two defensive backs between them and Thomas and McComb who have 15 interceptions on the season, so those two know how to track the ball. Tonight, it's going to be who can protect the football. And it might just come down to a turnover. We'll find out here in about 20 minutes.
We are going to find out in about 20 minutes, and we are going to go ahead and step aside here for a moment, and we're going to take you down to the sideline. We're going to start things off with Stubenville head coach Reno Sakosh here from St. Clairsville as we get set to continue your Wood Electric pregame show. Big Z Sports, Claxon Communications, and all of our sponsors. We're returning for high school football playoffs. It's the regional semifinals in Z Country.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Janate and Hutton, South Broadway, and Schunbrunn and New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Novelis Uriksville is the world leader in aluminum recycling, and they need you. They have immediate openings for general laborers, equipment operators, and various skilled trade positions. They'll start you at $22 per hour or higher. There are advancement opportunities, and Novelis offers industry-leading benefits. To apply or find out more, go to novelis.com/careers and search Uriksville. That's novelis.com/careers and search Uriksville. Novelis is an equal opportunity employer.
Fell can sell. When you choose the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, you can count on local expertise, terrific communication, an expert negotiator on your side, and detail-oriented service throughout the process. Real estate does not have to be difficult or stressful. Choose a team that will make the process quick, easy, and professional start to finish. Whether you are ready to buy or ready to sell, make sure you call Caleb Fell with the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, and downtown New Philadelphia, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck.
Welcome back into the Wood Electric pregame show live from St. Clairsville. Big Z Sports here on location for today's regional semifinal showdown in Division 4, Region 15, between the Indian Valley Braves and the Steubenville Big Red. Joining us along the sideline now, Steubenville head coach Reno Sakosh. And Coach, first and foremost, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations also on the Hall of Fame selection.
Oh, thank you very much. But thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Now, Coach, familiar opponent for you guys when it comes to the playoffs here, a team that you guys took on last year, if I'm not mistaken. Big victory for you in that one. Is there a little bit of comfort in that familiarity with it being somebody you've taken on?
Not really. I think the more you know somebody, the more you know their strengths. And I think as a coach and as a team, you concentrate on people's strengths. And so, I mean, I feel they're a better, more physical team than they were last year, and I think that they have more weapons than they had last year, as far as I know.
Now, Coach, you opened up the season with that Week 1 loss against a very, very tough opponent. From there, you've went on to win every single one since then. What's been the key on that run that's been working so well for the Big Red? I
think trust is the main factor in that. We talked after the game and just asked the players, hey, trust the coaches, we'll get you a good game plan, and we'll trust you to execute the plan. I think trust is important, especially when it's between older people and younger kids. And I just think that the kids need to trust older people, and older people need to trust the kids a lot more than we have.
Now, Coach, in years past, for people who maybe haven't watched the Steubenville team in a while, they would expect run up the middle, a lot of good hard-nosed running. You guys are a pretty balanced attack this year, so what's kind of been the key in that?
Well, everything comes off the run, play action pass. We feel that we have to run the ball. But, I think that we've been balanced probably for the last 20 years more than people realize or give us credit for it. But, as long as they think that's all we do, that's fine with us. But our offense does center around running the football.
Now, specifically when it comes to Indian Valley, last year you guys had a lot of success in limiting a rushing attack that you're probably going to face here again tonight. How important is it going to be playing that assignment football then on defense to limit those runners?
Well, the most important thing there's three things that we go for defensively. The 3 A's: alignment, assignment, and adjustment. You got to get lined up because they do a lot of different formations, so we have to line up for one. Do your assignment. Don't do other people's assignment. Do your own assignment. And if you have to adjust anything, then you have to be able to adjust on the field. It's too late to adjust at halftime and after the game. So if we get lined up, we do our assignment, and we adjust the different things that they do, then I feel that at least we have an opportunity to win. It doesn't guarantee a win, but it guarantees an opportunity.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Coach, and good luck to the Big Red.
Thank you very much.
Head coach for the Steubenville Big Red, Reno Suckosh, here on your Wood Electric pregame show. Stick around because coming up we'll have Indian Valley head coach Matt Lancaster. Before we get to tonight's kickoff, regional semifinal action lives with Big Z Sports.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
This is Jordan Hartzler. At Hartzler's Quality Housing, our goal is to help customers achieve the dream of home ownership. We have been a family-owned, affordable housing business for over 40 years. We value our customers and have the knowledge and experience to help you walk through the home buying process from start to finish.
Conveniently located just off I-77 in New Philadelphia, stop by and browse their model homes or learn more by visiting Hartzlers.com. Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Back to St. Clairsville, Big Z Sports live and on location. A regional semifinal showdown in Division 4, Region 15 between the Steubenville Big Red and the Indian Valley Braves. Now joining us along the sideline, Indian Valley head coach Matt Lancaster. Coach, regional semifinals again. I know you guys are extremely pumped to be here. A little bit of a shorter drive today. That's probably got to be better, right?
Yeah, it's a little better than what we've had the last 2 weeks, that's for sure.
So the opponent that you guys draw, very familiar with in the Steubenville Big Red, team you guys took on last year. And really, when you think Ohio football, I know a lot of people think of Steubenville. So you guys know it's a tough task ahead, but it's one that, do you feel more comfortable knowing the opponent a little bit better?
Well, we know what we're going to get. It's our third time playing them in the playoffs. They're tough, they're physical, they're one of the best coached teams in the state, and they try to wear you out and they try to intimidate you, and we know what they're about, so we got to come out and match their physicality, and we really need to come to play because we know we're the underdog tonight, and so we got to play perfect and hopefully get some breaks.
Now, when it comes to playing a Steubenville team, most of the time you would assume, in the trenches they're going to have a size differential, and for some teams that might be an issue, but for you guys, that's kind of the moniker that you've had all season long. You know you're going to be undersized, but you make up for it in tenacity. So has that been a conversation you have had this week?
Yeah, very proud of our kids up front. We don't have a kid on defense that's over 200 pounds, and just last week was a testament to them. Their offensive line probably averaged close to 280, with one of the best running backs in the country, according to statistics. And we were able to do a nice job up front against them. So our kids fight hard. They're tough kids from good, hard-working families that have put in the time in the weight room to get the most out of what they have. So we're going to definitely need that again tonight, because we'll be outsized once again.
Now, when it comes to Big Red, too, in years past, people would think about just the hard-nosed running up the middle. they got quite a efficient passing attack here tonight as well. So it's something that you guys are going to have to maybe have a little added emphasis on. But so far in the postseason, you've had some great performances out of your secondary.
Yeah, they're a different animal, though, when it comes to defending what they do, because they've got probably the best running game that we've seen, but they also have the two best wide receivers that we've seen on the outside and a very good quarterback that can get them the ball, too. So they spread the ball around, and they do a lot of things offensively that you can't prepare for, all week in practice to just take away this or that, because they do a lot of different things. So we definitely have to read our keys and adjust as the game goes. But they're a tough animal offensively to defend, that's for sure.
Finally for you, Coach, this is kind of an interesting matchup for Indian Valley, too, given that you are only one of three teams in the state that had a double-digit seed and you're still alive in the playoffs. What has been the message to the team maybe about coming out here? And we know it could be a David versus a Goliath, but we know that you guys have been doing that all year long, beating the Goliath.
Right, that and we're owning that. I told the kids on Monday when we first came in and met, I said, I'm honest with every team each year. When we get to the playoffs, I say, at some point we're going to get to – we felt the last 2 weeks that we were going to be able to go into those games and compete, but we still think we can come into this game and compete too. But I tell them when we get to the point where we're going to have to play perfect and we're really up against, a better team than us, I'll tell you. And I told them on Monday we are, but we've been here before and, we've been playing this uphill battle throughout the playoffs. So we got to play really well, hope to get some breaks, and I just hope we don't back down like we did last year. I felt like we came out and really felt like we had a better team last year than what we do this year, and I hope these kids don't back down. They come out and they fight, and I think they're going to tonight.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Coach, and good luck to Indian Valley.
Thanks.
Head coach for the Braves, Matt Lancaster, live in your Wood Electric pregame show. Stick around because we'll be back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio, and we'll get you tonight's kickoff and regional semifinal action.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
Lutz Body and Paint, located at 7573 Wolf's Crossing Road in Jeanette Hutton, is there for you when a never-planned auto collision repair is needed. Lutz Body and Paint performs the auto body and painting services needed to get your vehicle back to looking showroom new in a timely manner at a reasonable price and provides free estimates. Lutz Body and Paint is a proud supporter of the Indian Valley School District and wishes best of luck to the Braves athletes participating in tonight's game.
When you think pizza, think Amici's Pizza, with locations in West Lafayette and Jeanette Hutton. Amici's Pizza offers you your favorite traditional pizzas, as well as specialty pizzas, subs, wings, and salads. Everything from the dough to the sauce is made fresh daily. There's just something different about a pizza from Amici's. Try one today in West Lafayette or Jeanette Hutton. Big city taste for a small city price. Learn more. Find Amici's on Facebook.
Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what your needs, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio with your Wood Electric pregame show. Under 6 minutes showing on the clock now before we get to kickoff tonight between the Indian Valley Braves and the Stubenville Big Red. Nick and Shannon from Big Z Sports bringing you tonight's presentation. Also on the other side of things, on the camera, we've got Judd Bone and John Wayne running the camera as well. So big thank you to Claxon Communications for all they have done all season long for our video live streams. Could not do it without them. And Shannon, you could tell how big that this game is for us for coming down here, just considering how packed this press box is right now. It's a game that we know is going to be an interesting matchup between Steubenville and Indian Valley just because of the ramifications from last year's contest that these two teams had.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of media here. Temperatures already dropped down into the 40s, and if you look at both sidelines, both sides are filling up. Each team had roughly about a 45-minute to an hour drive. So now both sides are filling up, and they're ready for some football.
Both sides are filling up, and both sides are bundling up as well, as you can imagine. Before we continue on our pregame show tonight, I did want to offer one little piece here as well. We know the Indian Valley community watching this game tonight, unfortunately for them, suffered quite a loss recently, just a few days ago. Unfortunately, 20-year-old Isaac Stokey passed away due to an unfortunate accident. We know was a football player here for these Braves, and the Stokey family within the Indian Valley community for a long, long time. So we just want to offer our condolences to the entire Stokey family and to the Indian Valley community as well as they continue to navigate again, with this tragedy. And, you know, Shannon, there are still some of these kids on this team who I'm sure were friends with that young man. So it would be maybe a little playing with a little bit of a heavy heart tonight. But, you know, I know there's nothing else that they would want to do than take this field tonight and do this regional semifinal matchup. So, again, just wanted to offer our condolences to that family.
Yeah, you know, Isaac just recently graduated. My twins actually graduated with him. So a lot of these players here were on the same football teams with him. They played freshman JV. A lot of them hunted and fished with him. So there are plenty of kids on that football team and on that sideline tonight who has a heavy heart. And like you said, we just want to pass on our condolences to the whole Stokey family and the Indian Valley community.
Absolutely. Well, wanted to talk a little bit more in our pregame show now about some changes for Indian Valley. We know last week there was no Tyson Pryor off the end for them or at running back. Pryor is not listed in the starting lineup once again for the Braves, so we are expecting him not to be in there for this game. That's a big presence off the edge that they're not going to have now. The bright side for Indian Valley, though, you're going to get a very stout junior and defensive lineman in Jackson Bircher to fill in.
Yeah, Jackson Bircher has been on that side of the defensive line all year long. He's had a great year. Tyson was an added addition when they would bring in that fourth down lineman that he would get some pressure, but I did talk to him before the game, and he told me he is unable to go. So they're going to move some guys around, and I noticed Indian Valley looks to be going with 4 down linemen most of the night. And typically, a lot of times they only play with 3, so they've made some adjustments early to start the game. Let's see if they stay with them.
We'll see how that how that shapes out for them on the offensive side of the ball. At guard, we're going to have the senior in Justin Cadgett. We know that he is a force on that defensive line in the middle, but he is going to be drawing the guard start today. It's an interesting thing, Shannon, because we know Stubenville presents that massive defensive line. Cadgett's going to be undersized. It's going to be a dogfight in those trenches all night long.
Yeah, if you want to know how big and how powerful Stubenville is up front, I think they've coming into this game. I think they had 5 or 6 kids up front that were named first team Eastern District and a couple more second team. Indian Valley had plenty of athletes get nominated too, but when you're talking just guys up front, that's a big advantage for Stubenville. They are very talented and big up front.
Well, I'm listing through some of these weights here. We know size isn't always everything, but we're talking 255, 265, 270, 285, 285. Some big boys that are going to be in the trenches for Steubenville. But for Indian Valley's sake, I think you heard it from Coach Matt Lancaster. What they're going to have to do then to combat that size, perfect technique every single down.
Yeah, you can't take a play off with a team like this. If you miss one assignment, then it's a trickle effect. And when you miss that assignment, somebody's going to get through. Your backs are going to get hit in the backfield, or your quarterback's not going to get off a clean pass, you know. And Sam Carter, you know, he doesn't even get to 6 foot tall, so you got to give him that space to be able to see his wide receivers down the field. So it starts up front for the Indian Valley offensive line. They got to perform better than what they did last week. Last week they played a great game. Tonight they're going to have to play an exceptional game against this Stubenville defense.
No mistakes. That's going to be the key, but I think that's the key for both these sides, both Big Red and Braves, and then the Braves. That's kind of what their MO has been all throughout this week when it comes to practice. We know how high school football works. Mistake-free football is almost impossible. But the team that makes the less of those tonight will definitely get the win and move on to that regional final. And speaking of that game, that's going to be played tonight as well. Whoever you're going to be drawing from that one, Shannon, that's no picnic either.
No. The winner of this game is going to take on Sheridan or Bishop Hartley, and those two are getting ready to have a slugfest down there.
It will be quite the slugfest as both teams now have gone to their respective sidelines, and the Stubenville band is heading off as we are set with under 1 minute to go here. I did not see who actually won the kickoff. I have to see if Daniel Adams is going to be able to get that for us. Who won the kickoff? Who deferred?
I watched it. Steubenville won the kickoff, and they have deferred, and Indian Valley is going to get the ball to start the game.
So I should have just put faith in all night long, Thomas, is what you're saying.
Last week I missed it. This week I put my glasses against the window, and I didn't move until they flipped that coin.
So both deep men for the Indian Valley Braves will be Colton Thomas and Eric Golder. Both of them have kickoff returns for touchdowns this season as Stubenville comes out and gets ready for the opening kickoff. Tonight's opening kickoff is brought to you by Cartoons, your automotive accessory headquarters in New Philadelphia. It's Division 4, Region 15. It's the semifinals, and it's with Big Z Sports, Claxon Communications, and all of our sponsors. As we get set now for the opening kickoff, referee talking with the kicker for Steubenville, which I do believe, cannot see the number, I think it's Hayden Hicks, the junior, as he goes back now and gets ready for tonight's opening kick. Shannon, there's a chill in the air. There's no doubt about that. And it feels like high school football weather in November. Phenomenal starting territory. That's what you need if you're the Braves.
Yeah, Thomas tried to break a tackle and go sideways. Apparently, a guy must have grabbed him by the face and has to go there to help bring him down.
So the new mark now for Indian Valley, where they will be starting. They're going to push the ball all the way up to the 43-yard line, so almost plus territory to start. It'll be a first down and 10. Sam Carter's in the pistol. 2 wide receivers either side of formation. Grady Kinsey lines up directly behind him. Motion man into the backfields. Colton Thomas, he goes from right to left, so we'll have 2 wide receivers left. That was a hard count there from Carter, who talks to his line and steps back now from the pistol. Carter takes the snap, turns, hands it off. Kinsey up the middle. He's got a huge hole. Grady Kinsey's down the right sideline, and he is going to lower his shoulder into the safety for Stubenville. And what a huge run for Grady Kinsey to start the game. He'll go all the way down to the 27-yard line of Stubenville.
Nice job by the offensive line right there. They opened up a hole on the right side. Kinsey's got that quick burst of speed. He got through it. Luckily for Stubenville, it was on the short side of the field, so Kinsey didn't have as much room to work with. He was able to get up to the sideline, though.
So that ball goes all the way down to the Stubenville 27. It's going to be a heavy backfield. Carter in the pistol with Kinsey to his left. Running back behind him in Golder. He's going to roll left, looking, gets rid of it, and it's knocked down and almost picked off. The Steubenville defensive line got right in his face. The man getting his hands on it, the big senior, Javin Harper.
Yeah, just like I said, Steubenville got that big push up front. They pushed the offensive line right back into Carter. Carter had nowhere to go. He threw the ball. He was looking to get it out there to Kinsey in the flat, who had nobody with him, but the defensive lineman knocked it down.
So it will go down now to a 2nd and 10. 4 wide receivers now, 2 on either side of the formation. Pistol formation. Carter gets the snap, turns, hands it off. Kinsey is going to plunge forward, and he is going to hit a brick wall as the Big Red defensive line converges. It's a short gain of 2 yards, moves it to 3rd down.
Yeah, Indian Valley now, the defense didn't bite on anything. They came right after the run.
So it will be a 3rd down and 8 now, ball on the 25-yard line. We do not see a lot of 4 wide formations for Indian Valley, Shannon.
Well, they might be trying to bait Steubenville into something else and maybe try to get a quick pass play out of there, but right now it's 3rd down, and Steubenville's probably expecting a pass right here.
3rd down and 8, 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. Heavy formation again as they tie an H-back to the left, and it will be Thomas who's to his left, 1 wide receiver far right. Carter has Kinsey behind him, 2 wide receivers either side of the formation. Carter, play fake, throwing it. Right corner of the end zone, a lot of contact in the corner, and no call's going to come. Great defense out there on the side for Steubenville. Both players were jostling for position. They were trying to go to Old Reliable and Colton Thomas, but the defense just too strong.
Yeah, the defense kind of got him over towards the sideline, and then you get that extra defender when you're over there on the sideline.
Could not tell who that defender was, but Shannon, I would almost have to imagine. Still can't see who it is actually over there. It was great coverage on Colton Thomas, though, as the pass went incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Ball still on the 15. What do you do here, Shannon? Looks like Indian Valley's going.
Well, you got to go for it.
Carter back to pass. A lot of pressure up the middle. He's going to step up, deliver it into the end zone, and it's right into the hands of a Steubenville defender. Big Red forces the first turnover of the game. It's going to be on 4th down, and it does award Steubenville an extra about 5 yards on the touchback, Shannon.
Yeah, that there's sometimes where if it's 4th down, you tell your players to bat it down, but because of where he intercepted that, it's going to come out to the 20-yard line now.
So Steubenville takes over after the opening drive for the Braves is disappointing, as I will apologize once again for anybody live streaming. Due to some cramped conditions in the press box, we had a camera angle issue on one of the polls, so if you miss any of the plays in that corner, I do greatly apologize. Steubenville takes over at their own 20-yard line. Heavy formation now. One man under center. Two running backs behind him, motion man from left to right. There's a turn. It's going to be Aiden Manning who hands it off, and he's going to have a cutback lane and dropped at the 26-yard line. A good opening run for Steubenville.
Yeah, it looks like Quake Beatty coming across there. He cut back to the left a little bit and come up through the hole, and Quake Beatty was there to finish him off, but it was a big gain.
That was senior running back Xavier Fulks. Some hurry up now for Big Red. Ball at the 26-yard line. Manning looks left, delivers, and it's going to be picked off. Colton Thomas. He steps right in front of the defender, the receiver at Isaac Hill, and he's going to have a pick six. A miscommunication for Stubenville as Hill was going on the fly. Thomas never took his eyes off the quarterback, and Indian Valley leads.
Yeah, I seen Thomas looking at the quarterback. I thought Hill was going to turn and cut the other way, and the quarterback would see him hit it deep, but Thomas read the quarterback perfectly. Another pick six for Thomas, and that actually gives him 8 interceptions on the year, so he just tied Tanya McComb, who broke the record last week, so now McComb and Thomas are tied at 8 for the year with interceptions.
They're just going to keep going back and forth with that record. Aiden Manning's pass is picked off by Colton Thomas, who converts it into 6. Those are the moments that you need if you want to be a regional champion. The extra point is up, and it is no good, as they're going to say it went under the crossbar, but I thought I saw a flag in the back there, Shannon. And actually, it looks like Indian Valley is celebrating, or maybe not. I thought it was Quake Beatty, and it looks like he is telling his team to go off the field. Not sure why.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on right here.
Yeah, legal substitution, I think, on Steubenville, so that means we're going to get a re-kick chance. Or are they going to go for 2 now, Shannon? You get 1 foot closer.
It'll be a tough one right there. I mean, it's this big decision right here. If Lancaster goes for 2.
Have to wait and see now as they get it sorted out. Now here comes Indian Valley back out. And I think Tanya McComb's back there to kick.
Yep, they're going to line up.
So Indian Valley with the huge pick 6 for Colton Thomas. Takes the lead 6-0, still trying to get the extra point in. You want to talk about electrifying a place real quick, Shannon? That was it.
Yeah, that got the Indian Valley sideline excited. A nice job by the defensive lineman to get downfield to get a block to help Thomas get into the end zone.
McComb gets another shot. He'll drive it, and this one will be up, and it will be good. 7-0, Indian Valley leads. 8:15 to go in the first quarter. Regional semifinal actions back after this.
Kinsey Excavating and Trucking is a family-owned and operated business in New Philadelphia. KET is a general contractor. They provide services to commercial and municipal clients. They employ local union operators and laborers. KET is dedicated to providing outstanding work using the latest technology and employing local individuals to positively impact Tuscarawas County and the surrounding area. Kinsey Excavating and Trucking proudly supports the Indian Valley Local School District and wishes all area athletes, musicians, artists, and students a successful season.
Hey football fans, are you ready to cheer on your local team in the playoffs?
Hi, this is Bethany Peters
and Chet Peters from the Peters Team Realtors and Auctioneers with Keller Williams. And we're here to show our support. Whether you're buying, selling, or just looking for your dream home, our team has got you covered. We're not just passionate about real estate, we're passionate about our community. So join us in rallying behind our team as they dominate the field. Go team. Go Peters Team Realtors and Auctioneers. We're here to coach you.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio live from St. Clairsville. It's Red Devil Stadium, and the Indian Valley Braves have taken a 7-0 lead over the Steubenville Big Red as it's a low dribbler of a kick from McComb, and it's going to be taken off the left side. Indian Valley's defense is down there and grabbing him and dropping him with a good tackle out on the edge for the Braves.
Number 50, Brogan O'Connor, is the one that wrapped him up out there.
Thank you, Shannon. You might have better eyes than I do because it's kind of difficult up here. I usually get on Joe Geckler for that, but it's difficult.
The Braves jerseys I can see pretty easy. The Big Red jerseys, that's a little tough on the other side of the field.
So it will be Stubenville who takes over on their own 26-yard line. Same territory they were in when Colton Thomas housed that interception. Heavy formation again for Stubenville. It's Manning who lines up under center. Motion man from left to right. Turns, hands it off. It's going to be Fulks. He's going to try to get the edge. Here comes Quake Beatty through. Actually, no, it's Eric Golder who will drop him at the 25. A lot of extracurricular activity out here for Steubenville and Indian Valley, as it was Grady Kinsey locked up with an offensive lineman, but it's a loss of 1.
Yeah, Kinsey and Chandler Hoffman were out here battling 10 yards down the field.
By the way, Hoffman is listed at 6'2", $125. Doubtful. I think it's a little bit more than that. That's a big boy. So the first down carry for Fulks goes backwards to the 25 now. Good tackle on that play by Golder. Heavy formation, but it'll be a 1 wide receiver left. They're going to do the end around. Coming from right to left now is the runner for Stubenville, who's going to get dropped after a very minimal gain again.
Braves doing a nice job pursuing the ball right there. Those there sometimes can get you in trouble, get you strung out. But the guys on that side was able to fight through the tackles.
I think it was Sabron Felton who was on that end-around opportunity as he'll jog back in now. 3rd down and 10. No gain on that play. Ball on the 26-yard line. And now we're going to have a play change here for Steubenville. 2 wide receivers either side of the formation. Fullback and running back behind Manning. Manning turns, play fake, looks, down the field, delivered, and it is almost intercepted again for Indian Valley. That was Tanyan McComb who got the jump. Actually, take it back, Shannon. That was Colton Thomas who got the jump.
Yeah, Colton read it perfect. I thought he was back just a little too far right there, but his speed, he came up there, and he went for the ball instead of going for the sure tackle right there, so that's going to bring Steubenville in the punt.
Braves showing out on defense thus far. Deep man for Indian Valley is going to be McComb. A 3 and out. The Braves defense has forced here with 6:44 to go in the first. Punt is on the way, nearly blocked off the edge there. It's going to be a short punt. It's going to bounce at the Indian Valley 48, and it will drop at the 49. Braves back on offense, leading 7-0. Big Z Sports is back after this.
The completion of Tusky Deli's expansion project is near and is excited to offer everyone even more items. The deli has remained open throughout the construction to continue offering the lowest prices around on their deli items, along with their made-fresh daily soups, salads, sandwiches, and wraps, which is perfect for a lunchtime stop. You can find Tusky Deli on Facebook. The Tusky Deli is a proud supporter of Indian Valley Braves athletes and wishes them the best of luck in tonight's game.
Welcome back to St. Clairsville. Today's presentation of high school football in the regional semifinals, presented by TMK Valley Propane, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, and Novellus. As Grady Kinsey gets the first down handoff, he'll go up the middle, and he'll plunge forward for about 3, goes into the Steubenville 48, and it's plus territory already for the Braves, who had that beautiful defensive stand there, again capped off with another Colton Thomas beautiful play.
Yeah, right there, Grady Kinsey looked to have a hole right there, and I didn't get to see which defensive lineman it was. He was engaged with somebody, but reached out with his big paw and was able to grab a hold of him and slow him down, and somebody else finished him.
I couldn't tell who was in the middle, but it's somebody who has quite the reach. It is going to be a pistol formation. Carter's going to run. He's running out of time. He will get the pass off somehow to Thomas. Thomas, stiff arm on the edge. He's going to get a First Federal Community Bank first down and then some. What a job by Sam Carter, who just bought himself enough time. Colton Thomas finds the soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, it looked like Isaac Hill was giving chase to Carter from behind, and somehow he was able to throw that ball while he was moving. Thomas made a nice little catch out there, turned around and stiffed arm to get his way up the sideline.
A gain of 17, and it's another first down. Indian Valley right now doing the dictating. 5:46 to go as Thomas was shoved out of bounds. 2 wide receivers far side. It's a I formation. Carter turns, hands it off. Kinsey has a cutback lane, and he's got a lot of space. He's going to stiff arm another man down the field, and he's going to get dropped at the 3-yard line as they enter the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone. What a job that time for Grady Kinsey, who found that cutback lane.
Yeah, Jackson Bircher lined up a fullback right there. Kinsey followed him through the offensive line, created a hole. Bircher made a block. Braves going quick.
Under center, Carter hands it off. Kinsey, right side, plunges forward, and he's in. Grady Kinsey from short yardage, and the Braves have taken a 2-score lead.
Yeah, right there, Indian Valley's all pumped up right now. Coach Lancaster went with the quick call right there. They just went right back to the offensive line, said get us in there, and the boys did the job up front.
Kinsey caps it off with a 2-yard touchdown run. 5:28 to go in the first. Braves smacking Big Red in the mouth to start things off. So now an extra point here. McComb lines up, and he'll drill it into the back of his own offensive line. But Indian Valley takes the 13-0 lead. Big Z Sports is back after this.
This is Carly Mills. At First Federal Community Bank, our mission is to empower the financial well-being of our community one person at a time. Through integrity and quality, we earn the trust of our customers and exceed their expectations. First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community since 1898. Serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yurksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. First Federal Community Bank, member FDIC.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast, professional service to get you back on the road? This is Garrett Jacobs with AutoWorks Collision Center. We service cars, trucks, SUVs, and even semi-trucks and RVs. Whether you need auto glass replacement, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just a free estimate, AutoWorks has you covered. We even offer alignments for your heavy-duty vehicles like buses, motorhomes, and semis with our state-of-the-art Hunter alignment system. Call 330-878-4223. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Let AutoWorks of Strasburg work for you.
Welcome back to St. Clairsville High School. Nick McWilliams, Shannon Thomas, and the Claxon Communications crew bringing you today's presentation of high school football in the regional semifinals. D5 Region 15. That kickoff for Indian Valley was a squibber. It's going to go all the way back to the 3. Now the returner for Stubenville's got some problems, and he's going to try to get forward, and he's only going to get up to about the 8-yard line. Miscommunications again by Big Red.
Yeah, they all just kind of let it go, and I didn't think the guy was going to go back there and pick it up. And then all of a sudden he realized, man, that's a live ball, and it's not going anywhere.
I do believe it was Isaac Hill, the returner.
Yeah, Hill went back there and got it, and nice job by Indian Valley to go down there and square up and not over-pursue. Make the sure tackle. He got a couple yards back, but make the sure tackle.
So the ball starts all the way down. They actually marked it at the 9-yard line of Steubenville, who find themselves behind 13-0. Not a spot they have been in a lot this year. Manning turns, hands it off. Folks off the edge. Not much there as two men collide to take him down. Jackson Bircher, one of them. Was that Grady Kinsey in there as well, Shannon?
Looks like Kinsey got in there too. A quick commercial and savings bank scoreboard. Garraway leads Northmore 20-0 in the first quarter. Sandusky Perkins leads West Holmes 13-7 in the first quarter.
They're going to give a gain of 1. Actually, no, they're going to say no gain. Second down and 10 from the 9. Their own 9 for the Big Red. Shotgun formation for the first time tonight. Manning puts it in the belly of Folks. He'll go up the middle, and he's got a nice little gain, but Indian Valley's defense converges again, and it's going to bring up third down and medium.
Yeah, third down and medium right here. Stubenville, a little easier. They got, quite a few plays that they can run right here. A wholesale, a lot of players coming in right now. They might be going to a spread offense on this one.
Steubenville is deep. That's something that the Big Red always seem to have. And sure enough, Shannon, 2 wide receivers either side of the formation. Actually, one far side, 2 near. The other one's kind of lined up almost as a slot. Manning back to pass into the shotgun. It's a screen off to the side, and it's going to be the big wide receiver down the sideline, and it's going to be Isaac Hill who breaks free. Big Red's going to get on the board with a screen pass on third down and 5 from deep in their own territory on their own 13, 87 yards, and Steubenville's on the board.
I'm not sure what the referee right here was watching as he was running beside 2 players. The play is 20 yards in front of him, and a Steubenville player just completely shoved Quake Beatty in between the shoulder pads and then knocked him onto the ground right there. I mean, there's a plays right there that it could have got called back, but the referee just let it go.
So now lining up for the extra point will be Stubenville to try to make it a 1-score game again. It will be Bowens who lines it up and drills it right through. Steubenville takes a chunk out of that Indian Valley lead. It's 13-7. Braves get the ball after this.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop into the Niedenthal facility on North Worcester Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio in Shannon. Real quick now with it 13-7, Steubenville chips away with 4 minutes to go here in the first. What was one of the things that we said early on that Indian Valley had done so well? It was breaking down and making the tackles that were in front of you. Did not happen on that play.
No, and they played soft coverage right there. The defensive backs were back, so by the time they reacted to try to get up where he was at, here come out a running back and a lineman come out and set the pick for him, and then they was able to just finish it off.
Cole Bowers will line it up now for the kickoff. 2 men deep. It's Thomas, and it is Golder. High end-over-end kick. Golder's going to grab it at his own 1 yard line and nearly drop it. He's going to look for room on the right side, heading towards the sideline, trying to get the edge, and he's going to get dropped at the 16. Good coverage there for Stubenville. Almost looked like Golder had a lane there for a minute.
Yeah, there's one of those plays right there. Golder wasn't aware of where he was at. He probably could have just stepped back and hoping it would have took a bounce into the end zone, would have brought the ball out to the 20.
On the other side of the coin, though, we saw what Steubenville might have just did with that, and it didn't cost them in the end because they went 87 yards on that wide receiver screen. 13-7, ball's actually officially marked at the 15-yard line. Braves trying to play the spoiler in the regional semifinals against one of the top-seeded teams in the state. And it looks like Colton Thomas is now going to line up in the shotgun formation, Shannon?
Yeah, Colton's back here. We got Sam Carter lined up out here.
Thomas, it's going to be a quarterback read all the way. He's going to go forward and get a gain of a couple. And there's going to be a 15-yarder coming because I saw an Indian Valley player get planted.
It looked like Colton Thomas was trying to get up off the pile and got flung back up in the air.
My goodness, we're going to see what happens if that's what the call is. Right now as it stands, it's a 3-yard gain for Thomas on first down. And sure enough, it's a personal foul on Big Red, and that will push him forward. Shannon, those are the things you can't do in the postseason.
Those are the things right there that cost you yards. You're already down. You got back into the game with that long touchdown right now, and then you just make a mental error right there.
I would love to know what the circumstance was that led to that. Ball will be at the 33-yard line now of Indian Valley. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Pistol formation. Carter's back in the backfield. Carter takes the snap, turns, hands it off. Kinsey, he's going to look for a room, and he's not going to get much of it, as he's going to get maybe a gain of about 2 up to the 35.
Stubenville come in right there. They loaded the box. They're like, we're going to make you beat us with the pass right here. So they loaded the box. They played for the run the whole way, and Grady just ran into a wall right there.
Such a big defensive line looking on either side of things. Isaac Hill and Zabron Felton are both wide receivers, but they both line up on the edge too. Just big frames. Back to a heavy formation now. First man through is going to be Kinsey on the fullback dive. He's going to get a couple, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down as he goes forward to the 38, another 3-yard gain.
And Kinsey's helmet got ripped off right there, so now he's got to come out for a play.
So a 3rd down now, and they're going to list it as 5. Indian Valley thus far on 3rd down conversions haven't really faced a whole bunch of them. The only one they are 1 for 2 so far tonight. And it looks like Cam Guspick coming into the game now, too, for Indian Valley.
Down to 15 seconds on the play clock.
2:20 to go in the first.
Indian Valley's going to have to take a timeout right here.
You think maybe, Shannon, that might have been the plan all along because you're going to get Kinsey back on the field?
Yeah, you got to call a timeout. Kinsey gets to come back in.
So there will be a timeout. We will keep it right here. 2:08 to go here in the first quarter. Indian Valley now going to try to game plan for this 3rd down and 5. It has been a rough and tumble game to start this, Shannon, and I think we knew that was coming. Right now, though, if you're Stubenville, you got punched in the mouth early with that 13-0 lead. You might not have been expecting that. That big pop play, though, getting their sideline fired up, but still playing with a lot of, I'd say, passion, but you can't make mistakes because you're so far, you're too amped up, and I think that could be what's keeping this drive going so far for Indian Valley with that penalty when they tackled Thomas.
Yeah, you gave them life. You had them playing behind the sticks. Now you got them to where now they get another shot right here. It's 3rd down now. If they can get this another 1st down, keep that momentum going, and you keep that Steubenville offense off the field. So this is going to be a big stand for the Steubenville defense, who's been pretty much played lights out all year. They took that, I think it was opening week loss, and after that defense was just tough all year long, not giving up too many points.
If I'm not mistaken, you know who that opening loss was to, right? Ursuline. 3rd down and 5. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. It will be Carter who has Jackson Bircher now lined up to his left. Motion man from right to left, Tanya McComb. Play fake. Carter, he doesn't see the blind side. He gets rid of it on the screen over the head of Thomas, and that will be incomplete. And Shannon, that had disaster written on it, as Carter had no idea about that backside pressure.
Yeah, Carter didn't see the pressure coming. That ball could have got stripped right out of the back of his hand, but he got it off, but then it was too high, and Stubenville had it. They read that play perfect. They knew it was coming. They watched enough film to know that that is one of the plays that Indian Valley runs when they get in that situation.
So a fourth down upcoming here. It will be Colton Thomas, who lines up deep to punt. He'll line up at about his own 27-yard line, one man deep, for Stubenville lines up at about his 30. Cannot see the number, and I'm not even going to try to. I'm going to get that wrong, Shannon. Colton Thomas with an end-over-end punt, and that's a good one. But it's going to take a Stubenville bounce, and it'll be jumped on by the Indian Valley Braves, and the returner for the Big Red nearly jumped on it himself. Ball will be officially at the 24-yard line. Steubenville takes over. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Dr. Nathan Springer is in the business of making smiles, specializing in braces and Invisalign for children and adults. Dr. Springer provides smiles that can be recognized anywhere. Just look at the winning smile on some of the players. Compliments of Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics. Hey, that smile of pride on the face of mom and dad might be from Dr. Springer too. Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics, in the business of making smiles, at 107 Ray Avenue Northeast in New Philadelphia.
It is Steubenville on offense in this regional semifinal, and Manning's going to go back to pass. He's going to roll to his left. There's a big time pass down the sideline, too, on a comeback route there, as it was a good hookup. I could not see who Manning connected with, but Shannon, a lot of jersey pull in there on that pass rush.
Yeah, he
I don't know if you saw what I saw.
I didn't see that. I seen the receiver run down the field, and Golder was in a dead sprint, and the receiver stopped, and Golder wasn't looking at the receiver. He didn't realize that he had stopped over there.
Ball now moves to the 39. It's a nice 15-yard pickup. Manning, he's going to roll right. He's got a blocker in front of him. He delivers on another comeback route, and there's a battle for the ball. And that was great defense on the edge by Colton Thomas as he jumps in front of big Isaac Hill and knocks it away.
Yeah, I talked to some people this week that told me that wherever Hill went, that Thomas was going to go over top of him. And right now, Thomas has got one interception, 2 pass deflections, and Hill's got the 1 touchdown on the screenplay. So those two are having a battle so far tonight.
Ball remains at the 39-yard line of Steubenville. 2nd down and 10 upcoming. More wholesale changes in for Big Red. They're not shy about taking guys in and out of the game, that's for sure. Sabron Felton will sit. I think it was Jace Kernahan who comes in. Manning fakes the screen. He's rolling out. He's got pressure. He's going to try to deliver it over to nobody, and we're going to have a flag again dropping in the middle of the field as there was a lot of contact between Grady Kinsey and a Steubenville defender.
Well, the Steubenville defender was way downfield right there, and he threw it away, so it ought to be an illegal man downfield.
And it does look like they were looking to the Indian Valley sideline and pointing backwards. I thought that was a lineman who was down here with Kinsey, and sure enough, it is an eligible man. Now, it's 3rd down and 10, and sure enough, that answers my question. I thought maybe Coach Lancaster would decline.
Yeah, nice job right there by Coach. Now your team's got to step up. The coach put you in a position right here. Here comes Steubenville. They're going to go 4 wide receivers right here.
It's one thing to your lineman to get downfield quickly, but on a pass play like that, if he's 15 yards down the field, it's a problem, Shannon.
We got extra guys over here.
Manning looks back left. It's going to be another throwback screen. Here comes Kinsey. He can't grab him, and it's another huge hole, and going out of bounds at about the 39-yard line for Steubenville. It's Isaac Hill again.
Well, one thing it tells me right here, when it's 3rd down or somewhere and they come in with 4 wide receivers, you better bet the screen pass is going to one side or the other side. And this time it went to the weak side. They had the 3 wide over here and the 1 over there, and they went that side.
A 22-yard hookup. Actually, they mark it at the 41, so make that just a 21-yard hookup, and it looks like we're going to have time called here. Not sure for what.
I think it's the end of the quarter.
As it is. Thank you, Shannon. They already ticked over the clock, and I got confused. We move on to the 2nd quarter. Indian Valley still leads Steubenville 13-7 from St. Clairsville.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Braves and Big Red deadlocked in a highly contested battle in the first quarter. I shouldn't say deadlock, Shannon. 13-7, Indian Valley leads Steubenville. Steubenville firing right back, though. But how about Indian Valley holding on to that 13-7 lead after the first quarter, coming in as the major underdog? They've held their own, but it's been some big pop plays for Steubenville that's kept them in it.
And those big plays have been the same plays. They've been screen plays. One to this side of the field where they had 2 wide receivers, and then the other one to the far side of the field where they just had 1 wide receiver. You got to give it to the Braves linemen who do a great job getting out there and blocking in front of it to where they can make those screen plays work.
So now as we move on to the second quarter, again, today's presentation brought to you by Novellus, TMK Valley Propane, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, and DAC Vitamins and Minerals. As we get set to get going again from St. Clairsville, 41-yard line of Indian Valley. That's where Steubenville will start with a heavy formation. Motion man from left to right. He will stop and he will block, and he's going to try to open up a lane for Folks, who will go forward, spin around, and he will get dropped finally at the 33-yard line. Huge run, though, on first down, gets him close to the first down marker.
Yeah, he come through. Thomas come up and hit him. He spun around and got away from Thomas, and Cam Guspett and Owen Foxer come in and finished him off.
Take that back, Shannon. I think that might have been Elijah Mullins who came up through. They have a lot of different personnel changes, does this Steubenville team. Very, very deep, year in and year out.
Fresh legs will win you games sometimes.
Single man in the backfield. Wide receiver stacked right of the formation. It's Manning under center. He will turn. He will play fake. He's looking. He's got a man in the flats. He's got pressure. He's going to try to go down the middle. Safety for Indian Valley's there, and great defensive play to knock it away for the Braves.
Daniel McComb.
As he somehow got up and got high enough to knock it away from Hill. That's no easy task.
Yep, Thomas and McComb both come out. One receiver went one way, so Thomas had to go with him. McComb went with Hill. And McComb played it perfect. He didn't jump too early. Big size advantage right there for Hill, but McComb got in there and knocked it away.
Hill is actually going to check out now. They're going to go with the very heavy package in the backfield. Manning turns, hands it off, plunging forward and almost busting it for a huge gain was Folks, who had an ankle tackle to knock him down after a First Federal Community Bank first down.
Falk coming into this season, the leading rusher for the Big Red.
So now the ball will move to the 27-yard line. It was a gain of 6 to gain that first down for Stubenville. Will be one man under center and Manning. It's going to be an end around off the edge. Ball still on the ground, and there's a battle for it, and Steubenville's going to grab it as the most fortunate bounce you could have possibly imagined, as Big Red puts it on the ground multiple times on that handoff. It was Hill who couldn't grab it, and it was like a hot potato.
I'll tell you what, he didn't have secure hands when they went to give it to him, but then after it took that bounce, it bounced right back up. He was able to grab it.
And believe it or not, he'll actually move forward for about 2 yards.
Right back to the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 25, 2nd and 8. Manning, screen, right side. Hill makes a move. He'll get around the defender who makes the shoelace tackle after another First Federal Community Bank first down. Colton Thomas got faked out to start. He did recover and make the tackle that might have saved 6.
Yeah, Braves right now, they're giving them a lot of room off the line of scrimmage. They might want to come up and put a little press coverage on them. You give them that gap, they're going to get yardage on you.
So now entering the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone, they'll mark him down at the 15, so gain of 10 on that last play. Manning breaks the huddle. 10:15 to go in the first. Clock is stopped as they said he went out of bounds. One wide receiver on this near side to us, one on far side. He'll now motion from right to left. Manning under center, turns, play fake, back to pass, looking to his left. He's rolling out, a lot of pressure, delivers it over to the left corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete as it was Hill who was wide open over there. No defender, and somehow Manning overshot him. Again, I will apologize with our live stream, unfortunately, due to the press box here and how cramped we are. We can't get the camera quite in that corner. Hill was wide open, though.
Yeah, he came in motion, and nobody went with him, and he rolled out there. All the outside linebackers were just kind of covering different people, and he went out there, found a spot, sat down in it, and the quarterback rolled out and just too strong of an arm throwed it way over his head.
So it will be 2nd down and 10. Another heavy formation here now. Manning back with 2 backs with him in the backfield. It'll be a handoff and a flag's coming, and it's either going to be an illegal procedure, false start, something like that, Shannon, as they blew it dead, and it's going to be a false start. That handoff was going to Jalen Minifield, the speedy junior out of the backfield, but somebody got going early.
Yeah, it might have been him that got going early.
So the ball will be pushed back now 5 yards to the 20. They'll remain in the red zone. They now got 15 to go.
Manning comes over to the sideline, gets a play, runs back over.
2 wide receivers left, 1 far. Heavy formation again, kind of lined up almost like a strong formation off to the left. Fullback behind Manning. Manning's going to turn. He's going to hand it off. Jumping over the defenders there on that handoff for Steubenville and up to the 15-yard line, as we're going to have a lot of contact again out on the right side. I think it was either Tanyan McComb or Colton Thomas who got slung down well away from the play. But no flag as it's going to go to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, it was actually Riker Williams over there.
Oh, it was Riker, okay. So it was a 6-yard gain. We go to 3rd down and 9 now. Stubenville on that carry. Shannon, I'm going to be honest, I didn't see which running back it was. Might have been Minifield again. 3rd down and 9. Indian Valley's defense trying to clamp down. 2 wide receivers in the backfield. Motion man from right to left. Manning gets the snap, turns, hands it off. Folks up the middle. He's got a big hole. He breaks a tackle, and he's into the end zone as he breaks off of the tackle attempt there for the Braves. And will score and potentially give Big Red the lead.
Yeah, Big Red right there. The offensive line did a nice job over there. Opened up a big hole. Eric Golder come in to try to make a tackle, but he run right through that tackle.
Good drive for Steubenville. Has the game tied up with 9:18 to go before halftime. Lining up for the extra point will be Bowers again. Left-footed kicker now ready as he will get the snap back, put it up, and put it through. Steubenville takes the 14-13 lead over Indian Valley. Return for more regional semifinal action after this.
Let the experts at Bear Carpet One in Sugar Creek help you pick out the right window treatment for you. Bear is now carrying Alta Window Fashions. Their cost-effective, made-in-America blinds and shades come in many styles. Honeycomb, roller shades, wood, faux wood, aluminum, and vertical blinds. Even custom shutters in many fabrics and materials. Alta blinds and shades can be automated through a remote, smartphone, or even voice. Come check out Bear's Alta display. Bear Carpet One, just off Route 39 in the Salzburg Plaza in Sugar Creek.
T-County Boxing Academy on East High in New Philadelphia invites anyone serious about boxing to see what they offer and have success just like pro boxer and Uricksville's own Sugar Dre Donovan. T-County Boxing Academy not only offers the area's premier training facility, but also offers the best supplements on the market for peak training to get the most out of your workouts. To see all T-County Boxing Academy has to offer, find T-County Boxing Academy-TCBA on Facebook.
Welcome back into tonight's presentation of high school football. The regional semifinals. Steubenville has taken the 14-13 lead over Indian Valley. So we've got a Cartoons kickoff. Bowers puts his leg into it and sends it deep over the head of Thomas, who will let it roll through the end zone for a touchback. And it looks like we got a flag, though, maybe offside.
Yes.
And sure enough, it is going to be offside on the kickoff. Now, can you elect to have the 5 yards added on after the touchback, Shannon? It looks like they're going to have to re-kick it, though.
Yeah, he blowed it dead as soon as they kicked it.
I didn't even see that.
I thought Thomas was gambling pretty good right there when
did I.
when he come walking forward and it hit at about the 4-yard line. I thought, boy, it's got some backspin.
He was just confident on that spin.
That's another thing about this press box is big, and we don't have windows to come out, so we can't hear whistles or we can't hear the crowd noise.
Well, we get close to that to try to see the numbers and everything for Steubenville, and all we can see is our faces from the reflection. So the ball will move to the 35 for the kickoff. Now we'll try the Cartoons kickoff once again. 2 men back deep, Colton Thomas and Eric Golder. Bowers will get his left foot into it. It's deep again. Going back for it this time's Golder. It's going to be almost over his head. He'll catch it at the goal line, and they are going to call the touchback there, and we'll move it up to the 20.
Nice job by Golder right there. Going up to catch the ball, his momentum took him into the end zone, so he kneeled it down. Smart play.
It was a little close, but regardless, Indian Valley will start at the 20-yard line.
Another quick Bear Carpet One scoreboard update. Garraway now leads Northmore 28-0 in the second quarter. And West Holmes is only down by 3. Perkins leads them 17-14 in the second quarter. A lot of people had Perkins winning that game big, and West Holmes hanging with them early.
That would be a massive win for the West Holmes Knights if they could pull it off and advance to the regional final. First man through for Indian Valley on the runs, Grady Kinsey, and he almost busts the corner as he just fought through that edge tackle, and I have no idea how.
Yeah, nice job by Kinsey right there. Kept his legs moving. He's got that low center of gravity, and he's very strong. Spent a lot of time in the weight room, and he got a nice chunk of change right there on the first play.
After some of the games we've done with Kinsey so far, the way he's been running this postseason, the way he's really run all season long, I was trying to think of a way to describe it. I think you could call him a bulldog.
Yeah, he's got nothing but grit when he gets the ball.
2nd and 5. It'll be 2 wide receivers left in McComb and Thomas. Thomas will line up in the slot. Heavy formation again. Jackson Bircher at fullback. Grady Kinsey behind him. Carter's under center. He'll turn. He'll give it off. Kinsey, cutback lane. He's going to lunge forward, and he is very close to a First Federal Community Bank first down, and I think he's got it.
Yeah, looks like he's got the first down right there. They're waving the chains on.
So back-to-back 5-yard runs now for Kinsey. Ball moves up to the 30. This might be what the doctor ordered for Indian Valley, Shannon. 8:15 to go before the half. You want to take the lead going in. As you know, Stubenville is going to get the opening second half kickoff. You want to bleed out some clock and get in the end zone.
Yeah, you don't want to slow down your momentum by burning the clock, but if it's working, you keep going.
2 wide receivers left. Same formation as the last play, in fact. Carter turns, hands it off, and we're going to get flags, and it was movement early. Ball was on the 30, and it is a false start, so move Indian Valley back to the 25-yard line. Didn't see who moved.
Yeah, that just makes it tough right now. You're playing behind the chains, and it's still first down, so you got to get a nice little gain right here. I noticed earlier when Indian Valley was going quick, Stubenville didn't have enough time to make adjustments on the defensive line. When you come up kind of slow, you can watch their defensive linemen. They all start rotating around, going off which formation that Indian Valley does.
So 1st and 15. 2 wide receivers either side of the formation, a tight end off the left side, and it's going to be Carter alone. He's going to play fake the run, and he's going to roll to his left. He's going to be looking, and he'll step up, deliver a short pass. It's going to be completed to the tight end in Bircher, who's still driving forward, and Jackson Bircher just lowered his head into that one.
Yeah, Jackson Bircher made a nice job right there to bend over and catch that ball. I wasn't sure if Carter was throwing it away or not, but Bircher was out there and made the catch, and he got almost 10 yards on that play.
Ball gets marked at the 34, so it will be a 9-yard gain. Make it 2nd and much more manageable now. It's actually 2nd down and 6. Bircher not really known necessarily as the soft hands on the team, Shannon, but does a great job that time.
Well, he's known on the team by his teammates as the comedian.
The goofball.
Yeah, the goofball, that's what it was.
Every team needs one. 2 wide receivers right. Carter's going to go under center again. Turns, hands it off. Kinsey drives forward and nowhere to go. He maybe got a half yard, and it will bring it up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, it looked like they might have had Riker Williams in right there at fullback.
I'm happy you saw that too, Shannon. I was not sure. Actually, they credit Kinsey with a 1-yard gain. Brings up 3rd down and 6, not 3rd down and 5. Cam Guspett checks out.
Golder coming in, Owen Faulkner coming back in.
Faulkner back in. Haven't seen him on offense a whole bunch this postseason.
He only comes in when they go wide package.
2 wide receivers either side of the formation. It'll be a shotgun, actually a pistol. Carter has Kinsey behind him. Thomas motions. Hard count there for Carter, and they're going to want a false start, and I think Stubenville's going to get it.
He did. Faulkner moved out here.
Side judge throws the flag, and it is going to be a false start. Move Indian Valley back. Makes this 3rd down a lot more difficult now as they go back to about the 30.
Yeah, Faulkner was lined up out here in the wide spot. They kind of gave that call, and he lunged forward a little bit. Never took a step, but his body moved forward, and you can't do that.
For Stubenville now, checking out of the game, Javin Harper. He'll jog to the sideline now as they expect an Indian Valley pass. No running up the middle.
Here comes 2 tight ends in, and Guspett and Bircher.
So on this 3rd down and 10, 2 wide receivers either side of the formation. 2 tight ends either side, as you said, Shannon. Pistol. Carter goes back. Steps up, delivers down the field. A lot of contact, and there's the flag. Pass is going to be intercepted by Stubenville, but it's not going to matter as Colton Thomas is knocked to the turf.
Yeah, he was held from behind, and now you got Stubenville players going over pleading their case, but if you go back and watch it on the replay, he was grabbed around the waist.
Got slung down to the turf there was Thomas. Not sure. They might make the argument, you could make the argument the legs got tangled, but you saw that arm pulling where I did too.
Yeah, he wrapped his right arm around him, and the official where the arm was the one that threw the flag, so he's also seen it.
So the PI will give Indian Valley that all-important first down.
Steubenville going to play the run right here as they're bringing in Javin Harper.
As I take that back, it will actually move them up now to a 3rd and 1. They were behind the sticks.
Yeah, big Javin Harper, 6'1", 285 pounds, come in. He's going to be right in the center of that defensive line.
Do you think they know what to expect here from the Braves? 3rd and 1. Heavy formation.
Burchard fullback.
Carter's under center. He'll turn, hand it off. Kinsey puts his shoulder pads low. I don't think he got there, and he gets driven backwards, still fighting for yards, but they're going to mark him at the 39. 4th down now coming for Indian Valley.
Big stop right there by Steubenville. They knew it was coming right up the middle. That's why they brought in the big package right there in the center, and that's no match for the Indian Valley offensive line right there.
The biggest play of the first half here. We'll see what Indian Valley plans on doing. Looks like they're getting the play call, and it's Carter who
no chance to go down and score before half.
Braves took a Cush Financial Group timeout here with 4:35 to go. Shannon, do you consider in that moment, I know this game could very much come down to field position, do you consider just taking the delay and moving backwards and letting Thomas uncork one a little bit more?
Right now,
and not wasting a timeout, I should say.
Yeah, you can just take the delay of game right there and move back, and sometimes we've seen Thomas get off punts that have rolled 60 to 70 yards, and then other times kind of goes off the side of his foot. So
the risk you run in high school football.
Last week against Bishop Reedy, we seen him kind of do a little stalker-style punt, and he decided to keep it and ran out and got the first down. And I'm sure he's been told this week, Indian Valley comes back out on offense.
Heavy formation again. They're going to go under center. It's the first man through, and he is going to get close. He's going to get dropped at the 40. They're going to mark him actually at the 39, and the Stubenville defense is going to hold. As of right now, as they're trying to still pull players off the pile, ball is marked at the 39.5, and it is big red ball. That's quite the gamble, Shannon.
Yeah, Coach Lank went for it right there. Give him all the props in the world, but you ran dead on into that big defensive line up front. Steubenville was up to the task, and they stopped them.
A turnover on downs, 4:30 to go before half. And now if you're Indian Valley's defense, it's a quick change situation, and you have to clamp down quickly. Here comes the Steubenville offense, and they're going to try to have some discombobulation for the Braves defense, as it will be a spread formation. In shotgun is Manning. He has one wide receiver to his left, 2 wide receivers either side of the line. We're going to have a jump from Indian Valley, no flag, and Big Red stops waiting for the flag, but they didn't get it. Motion man from left to right's the running back, Keyshawn Bryant. There's a swing pass. It goes to Bryant. He's going to have some room, and he is going to get dropped there at the 42-yard line, or excuse me, the 27-yard line. Quake Beatty upset again down on the sideline for the Braves.
Yeah, Quake Beatty was about 2 yards out of bounds, and then he got blocked even further out of bounds, and he's unhappy. But this is the type of football that right now that gets played in the playoffs. The officials are going to let things like that go. So you got to dish it back out.
There's a swing pass again. It's going to go to the Steubenville runner, who is dropped on the edge. As I couldn't see who made that hit. I think it was Beatty, and my goodness, did he level him.
Steubenville's going to keep going quick right now. They're having success. You're going to watch. They're going to end up taking a shot deep on one of these plays with Hill.
Ball's on the 23-yard line. Manning's in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers right. He'll look left instead. It's going to Hill. Golder can't make the tackle. Stiff arm, still driving. One dives in for the end, into the end zone for the touchdown is Sabron Felton, the 6'3 senior, as he gets around Golder and carries 2 Indian Valley defenders into the end zone.
And that's all that Steubenville did right there was go tempo and didn't give Indian Valley time to make any adjustments anywhere. The coaches for Big Red seen something, and they're like, hey, let's just keep doing this. And they just went back and forth to each side of the field, right down the field, and made it happen.
A 23-yard touchdown that time from Manning, and it will go to Felton. Again, apologies for the post that's in the way here for us in the press box. Extra points up, and it is good. Bowers drills it. Steubenville takes the 21-13 lead. We still got 3:42 before halftime. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Dan Hosteller of Ferris Chevrolet Buick Toyota. High school sports brings out the best of our high schools and our communities, and the people at Ferris have always been behind the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks that we sell and service every day. Like high school sports, we are a great tradition in the area. Ferris on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio from St. Clairsville. Big Z Sports, Claxon Communications, and all of our sponsors bringing you regional semifinal action out of Division 4 and Region 15. Shannon, 21-13 is the lead that Steubenville has now taken over Indian Valley. For the Braves, after starting the game with being the one who's doing the dictating and kind of coming out with that mean jab right hook combination, they kind of have shrunk down a little bit more, and it's Steubenville now doing the dictating.
Yeah, it's Steubenville's defense. They've come out after, they shut Indian Valley down on their first drive, then Indian Valley come back on their second drive, went right down the field and scored, but then after that, they've just shut them down, and then the offense got rolling.
Kickoff from Bowers is deep. It's going to go over the head that time of Golder, well through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So coming back out on offense, Sam Carter will be under center for the Braves, and you go back to that fourth and about half a yard call where you just went up the middle. Depending on what happens on this drive, is that something you log away because you know how much Big Red's going to sell out for that run up the middle, but it is your identity. But can you imagine if they pitch out wide? That might be nothing but smooth sailing.
Yeah, a quick little play action right there and hit one of your tight ends or somebody coming across the center of the field, because when they come in like that and load that box, that center of the field's wide open. They even have their safety, who's their leading tackler on the team. He cheats up.
So now here comes Indian Valley, ready to start again. I formation, 2 wide receivers right. It is Carter under center. He will turn, he will give it. It is Kinsey, has some patience, goes forward, and maybe got a yard or two.
Yeah, right now the Steubenville defensive line is just winning the battle up front. They're just pushing the offensive line wherever they want them to go, and they're making sure-handed tackles.
Should I take that back? They might have given him a gain of 3. My angle's not very good to tell you exactly how many yards he got.
A quick Bear Carpet 1 scoreboard. Garraway's up 35-0 in the second quarter, so they'll be running clock after halftime.
My goodness.
And Sandusky Perkins has added to their total. It's now 24-14 over West Holmes in the second quarter.
Still within striking distance are those Knights. It is a pistol formation, 2 wide receivers either side of the formation. Carter turns, fakes it to Kinsey, pass rush. He's going to get away from it. He's going to deliver down the sideline, and nobody's home. Might have been the right call, though, Shannon, for Carter throwing that away. He put it too high. He wanted Thomas to try to go up for it, but there was a lot of heavy pass rush and 2 defenders in that area.
Yeah, Carter come out, and Thomas was open there for a little bit, and then Carter started to roll that way and run. I don't know if Thomas thought maybe he was going to keep running, so he started to go upfield to take his defender with him, and then Sam threw it away, got it out of bounds, but now Indian Valley's in trouble now. It's 3rd and long, and you're going to take a chance of giving Stubenville the ball back.
With 2:52 to go as of right now. Trips wide receivers right. They are out in a line. Carter, it's a delayed handoff to Kinsey, and Stubenville was not falling for it, as it's actually a loss of a couple. Kinsey goes backwards. It's 4th down, and Big Red takes the timeout. No surprise there. Steubenville's defense absolutely clamps down on that drive.
Yeah, one thing about Steubenville's linebackers in their defensive line, they don't bite on those false keys and stuff. They knew where that play was going. They studied that play in film, and they just absolutely destroyed Indian Valley up front right there.
2:43 to go before halftime. We'll keep it here. Getting ready for this punt now on 4th down. I like the idea for Indian Valley there, Shannon, that you do that delayed kind of handoff that you had not done all game long. Carter sold it well. For Big Red, it's almost scary sometimes to see how this team can just stay as laser-focused as they do and look through everything, like you said.
And with this team, the schedule they play prepares them for this type of football. They've been down before to some really good football teams, and they don't panic, and they come back. They find ways to win. Coach Reno has put together a phenomenal program here. He's got, some of the best assistant coaches around. They all know what they're doing. They train these kids, and they don't only get them physically ready, they get them mentally ready for these situations.
So the lone man who will be going back for Stubenville looks to be Brody Suckosh. So now it will be a punt formation. Colton Thomas has it. Has a little bit of pressure. It's a low line drive. Suckosh steps up. He'll grab it at his own 48. And he will dance around and break some tackles. He's still going, driving forward near the 36-yard line. Indian Valley finally grabs a hold of him.
Somehow the Stubenville player comes out with, or is that still him running it?
I think it was still him running it, although the play had been called dead. I was just kind of watching it happen, Shannon, because I didn't know what was going on.
Well, in that instance, I heard the whistles blowing. They were all blowing the whistles, and I think the Indian Valley players gave up, and he come out and just took off running.
That might have been it. So now it appears as though Steubenville will have plenty of time. 2:31 to go before the half. They line up at the Indian Valley 37. Put up or shut up time now, Shannon.
If this Indian Valley defense, they better put up some pressure right here and try to find a way to stop Steubenville from getting in the end zone.
Manning in the shotgun, one wide receiver to his left. It'll be a throw out. It'll be Hill racing in there for the Braves and making the tackle on the shoelaces that time for Indian Valley. Beautiful job out there on the edge, as I couldn't see who's the one who made the tackle.
Colton Thomas.
I could have guessed. Colton Thomas makes the shoelace tackle, and it will bring up 2nd down and 8. Ball does move up to the 35. The pitch and catch from Manning to Hill. It's going to be a rollout. Left. Manning steps up, delivers. He has a man wide open, and grabbing its big number 9, and Sabron Felton, who's still fighting forward, and he'll get dropped at about the 16, maybe the 17-yard line. Felton showing off the strength.
Yeah, nice job there. They're having trouble with Hill over there when Thomas is on him, so they go the opposite way.
Manning's going to line up under center now after a First Federal Community Bank first down. There's the handoff. Folks is going to run into a brick wall. Just a gain of a couple if he got any.
Yeah, Folk kind of left his feet right there. Somebody caught him in the air and hit him.
Gain of 5, actually. So the ball will move up to the 11-yard line. Again, apologies for the angle due to the press box here as Manning's going to sling it out left. It's going to be Felton. He's going to dance through, and he's going to get in again. Sabron Felton busts through multiple Indian Valley tackles and finds his way in the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the first half, and Steubenville takes the 27-13 lead.
And that's what we was afraid of. If Steubenville got the ball back, they went right down the field and scored. So Indian Valley now has got 1:26. If you're Coach Lancaster, do you try to make something happen, or do you play to go into the halftime with the lead you got? But when you come back out, Steubenville's getting the football.
Yeah, maybe you get something up the bag of tricks, but the thing you don't want to do is press too hard and have an unforced error. As Bowers is going to get his left foot into it, and he'll drive it through. It's now a 15-point Big Red lead. Indian Valley has the ball, just a minute and a half to go before halftime. We're back after this.
Big Brothers Big Sisters needs your help. Hi, this is Monique Duke, and we are committed to matching 82 children that have been waiting to meet their big. Do you have 4 hours a month that you could share with a little doing something you both enjoy? We match bigs and littles with similar interests, so this could be fishing, going to a ball game, going to church, or even shopping. If you would be interested in changing a child's life, please contact us at 330-339-6916 or visit us at bigsforkids.com/volunteer.
Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has just what you're looking for, so your athletes have the best gear for the sports they love. Dumont has a large apparel selection and can handle your customized screen printing and embroidery for your team or business. For sporting goods and all your apparel, Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has everything you want to play and look your best.
Welcome back to St. Clairsville High School. Nick McWilliams, Shannon Thomas live from Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. It was Big Red who took the 28-13 lead just a moment ago with another screen pass from Aiden Manning to Sabron Felton. Well, I want to know where Big Red's getting these receivers, Shannon. 2 6'3", 210 pounders who are just as physical as they come. Bowers will deliver it with a left foot to Golder, and it's going to bounce, and it looks like once again we're going to get an offside. Yeah.
That's twice now that Big Red has jumped offsides.
I didn't actually see the flag get thrown. We just heard whistles from the side judge. And they're going to make him re-kick it again. Golder had no interest in getting that kickoff. He and Thomas are now talking. Did I hear delay of game? Which would be interesting on the kickoff. I know they were having some alignment problems there on their kickoff, Shannon, as a Steubenville player now pleading his case with the white hat, and That's Coach Suckosh is out there also talking with the white hat. Not sure what's going on at all.
And now it's funny as animated as these players get with these referees getting in there and throwing their hands up in the air and stuff. It's sometimes the most comical to watch because these referees have some patience when you have two players coming at you like that.
So it's going to be a kickoff again for Bowers from the 35-yard line. Last time we saw this, Shannon, they got bumped back because of the offside. Somehow Bowers kicked it even further and put it into a couple of yards deep into the end zone. We'll see if he can do it again. It's impressive for just a sophomore kicker. You think he plays soccer?
I'm pretty sure he's on the soccer team at Steubenville.
Ball's in the air. It's an end-over-end kick going back to the goal line, and it will be Golder to let it go. And that one was about 8 yards deep into the end zone. You hear the Steubenville faithful cheering.
Now Indian Valley is going to have a long ways to go if they try to make something happen right here. So we're going to have about 10 seconds here before we get to see what Matt Lancaster decides to do. If they're going to play for halftime or if they're going to try to go for a score.
So the ball will be at the Indian Valley 20. Taking over. Braves started with so much promise on offense. They have been flat since the first 3 or 4 drives. It will be a pistol formation. One wide receiver either side of the formation. Kinsey lines up behind Carter, motion man. And there's going to be a handoff up the middle by Kinsey. He's going to break free, get some good yardage, and fall forward to about the 32-yard line. A little trickeration off the edge with the fake end around handoff up the middle.
Yeah, they timed that one down perfect as Thomas was coming off the end around, and he got there just as they were handing off to Kinsey. Looked like Thomas might have got it on the end around. And Kinsey was able to fight. I mean, fight to get the yards that he got.
Ball moves up to the 26-yard line. A minute to go now, and Indian Valley is in no rush to call the offense. Looks like they're going to go ahead and take it nice and smooth into the halftime break, unless you got something up your sleeve for maybe 1 or 2 final plays here. As it will be 2 wide receivers left. Pistol formation again. Colton Thomas is far out wide. Carter turns, hands it off. Kinsey. He'll drive forward, and he'll run into that Steubenville defense again, and he's going to get a First Federal Community Bank first down up to the 31-yard line. So the clock will stop momentarily to reset the chains with under 39 to go.
That's one of the things right now. You're having success moving the ball, but you're burning time. Sam running over to the sideline and coming back. The clock's going to start here in a second.
Clock is started now. They're under 30 seconds to go. In fact, they might have enough time for one final play from St. Clairsville for this first half, as they will run up to the line now. 2 tight ends on either side of the formation, 1 wide receiver right, and it is going to be Sam Carter in the backfield with Grady Kinsey and Eric Golder. And we might not even have a play here, as there's 10 seconds to go now, and the final few seconds are going to go ahead and tick away, and that's going to do it. We're going to move into the First Federal Community Bank we're going to move now into the First National Bank of Denison. Halftime report as Indian Valley calls off the Dogs in the first half, and they'll find themselves trailing 28-13. Shannon, for the Braves, you started out 13-0. You've now allowed 28 straight. You're going to have a lot of resetting going on in that first half.
Yeah, you got to find a way to come back now. You came out early. You had all the momentum. You had the crowd pumped up. The players were pumped up. A couple big plays, and Steubenville took the lead, and now Indian Valley's got to fight back here in the second half, but Steubenville gets the ball after half, and if they can go down and add another score before you even get the ball in the second half, it's going to be a long second half.
You find out what you're made of at this point of the year. It's the regional semifinals, and it is a 15-point deficit for Indian Valley. Stick around with Big Z Sports. When we return, we will go to your First National Bank of Denison halftime report. We're back after this.
Cush Financial Group has been proudly serving the financial needs of local community members for over 35 years. The team at Cush Financial follows an industry-leading service model with the unique approach and fiduciary responsibilities associated with their board-certified financial planner. With over 75 years of combined experience, the advisors at Cush Financial Group are here to help you achieve your financial goals. Contact the office at 330-308-8700 or visit cushfinancial.com to schedule your free consultation today. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Independent Capital Company Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Top Notch Auto on East Plum Alley in Janaden, your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, offering an experienced staff that can handle just what you need to keep your vehicle running at its best. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics with state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment. Whether your vehicle needs routine maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. They also offer a large selection of tire brands, including Goodyear, Kelly, and Cooper, just to name a few. Find Top Notch Auto LLC on Facebook or call them at 740-561-4100.
Busy schedule? Check out Benson's Heat and Eat section with a variety of entrees and sides for you to choose from. And don't forget, Monday through Friday from 4 to 6, Benson's culinary team prepares hot, made-from-scratch dinners, complete with garden salad and bread and butter. Just call ahead to order. For daily and weekly specials, visit bensonsmc.com. Follow them on Facebook or stop into the market. Benson's Market and Catering, 207 North Worcester Avenue in Dover.
The Tuscarawas County dairy farmers want you to know that low-fat chocolate milk is a great choice for student athletes and hard workers. It provides the nutrition needed after practices, games, or a hard day at work, and it tastes great. Low-fat chocolate milk is packed with carbohydrates for energy, proteins to repair muscles, fluids to rehydrate, plus vitamins and minerals to help build strong bones and bodies. It's the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers. Farms, family, food.
Jeff Wallach, LLC, is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities for over 25 years. We specialize in vinyl siding, replacement windows and doors, gutters, downspouts, and much more. We provide quality service regardless of the size or scope of the project. Our crews are reliable, respectful, and mindful of a safe work environment. Jeff Wallach, LLC is certified by the Better Business Bureau. Call today and discover how we can assist you in making your vision a reality.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
People are always asking, what is Cartoons? I hear that name on the radio all the time. Cartoons is a radio shop in New Philadelphia that specializes in tuning up your stereo system on anything you drive or ride. We tune up car tunes, truck tunes, boat tunes, motorcycle tunes, RV tunes, new and used vehicle tunes. We carry the best brands from Kenwood, Sony, Alpine, Pioneer, just to name a few. Cartoons also carries a full line of lighting accessories, backup camera systems, remote starts, or just need it installed? Give us a call. Cartoons on West High Avenue in New Philly. Be there.
Welcome in now to the First National Bank of Denison halftime report. Nick and Shannon along with Claxon Communications and all of our wonderful sponsors. Shannon, 28-13 is the lead that the Steubenville Big Red have taken over the Indian Valley Braves, which if you would have tuned in for the first couple drives really and seen what Indian Valley was doing with that 13-0 lead, you might not have expected us to be here at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Indian Valley come down, they got the ball first. Steubenville did a nice job. They shut them down, and Indian Valley had to punt. Well, then Steubenville come out, I think it was their second play of the game whenever Thomas made the jump on the pass, pick six, took it back, but then their defense come out, and 3 and out for Steubenville had a punt. And then Indian Valley went right down the field and scored, and the offense looked great. And then the wheels kind of slowly started coming off the train.
That was a 26-yard pick six for Colton Thomas, who opened up the scoring. After that, it was Grady Kinsey, who cashed in on a touchdown run from short yardage as well when that Indian Valley defense clamped down. Shannon, in that first quarter alone, Grady Kinsey, 14 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Actually, I'm sorry, the first half alone, 14 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown. I had that off by a couple different carries. He's just under 100 yards. He has the rushing touchdown. But after those first few drives, it's been really tough sledding. Steubenville has completely changed how they're attacking him on the defensive line.
Yeah, they've kind of went through there and they've readjusted the guys up front and the linebackers, and they quit worrying about the pass. Indian Valley had a couple nice passes. Tom was coming across the middle, made some nice gains. But the Steubenville's like, listen, we're done worrying about the pass. This kid has been burning us up the middle. We're going to just load the box, and we're going to shut him down, and that's what they did. And then offensively, Steubenville got it rolling.
So we know that Steubenville is a team that can be definitely built around the run. Shannon, believe it or not, they're under 50 yards rushing right now as a team. All of the offense has been coming from those deep passes. The couple scores that have absolutely happened at this point, Aiden Manning hooking up with Isaac Hill. One of those went 87 yards. Another touchdown pass was Manning finding Sabron Felton for that screen pass, and Felton doubled down and did it again as well. So those are the big touchdowns for Steubenville. The one rushing touchdown was on the ground for number 24, Xavier Fulks, the big senior. So for Steubenville, I think the key for Big Red's there's been zero panic in this team.
No, zero panic, and the coaches found something. They knew that when they went quick right there, Indian Valley took too long to respond to it. The players were trying to get in position, so they just kept throwing those quick little screens both sides of the field, right down the field. That opened up the running game right there. Indian Valley has always been good at stopping the run, but they kind of got away from stopping the pass right there, and it wasn't deep balls that got them. It was just a quick screen passes and good execution by the offensive line to get the blocks in there.
So my quick dirty math, which is usually very wrong, Shannon, but I'm just going to do it. For Manning, he has about 165 yards through the air, but he's actually thrown about the same amount of incompletions as he has completions, and he's only completed thus far in this game. I'm gonna run through this for you.
87 yards.
87.
So that's where he got the big chunk of his yards, but it doesn't matter. They executed when they had to, and now they're up 2 scores.
So in your opinion, as we kind of get set to round out our portion of our halftime show, what does Indian Valley need to do and adjust moving into the second half?
I think they're going to have to go back to mixing up the pass and the run plays, but you're not going to be able to run it that hard to that Steubenville defense. They bring in that big package right there, and you had trouble gaining yards at a time. Defensively, they got to go back to what they did in that first quarter, because the second quarter they just got completely away from it. I don't know the adjustments that Coach Carroll's going to make and Coach Lancaster. They got to find a way to maybe put pressure on the wide receivers on the offensive line. Don't give them that 6-7 yard gain, because you know yourself, if you're getting 6-7 yards a pop, you're going to go right down the field.
We're going to go ahead and take a timeout now with our halftime report, brought to you by the First National Bank of Denison. I'm looking at Daniel Adams, who is handling our social media tonight. He's already stuffing his face over there, so we got to go and get some food ourselves. Real quick before we do conclude, though, hit us with a scoreboard update for the other 2 remaining teams we have from our area.
Yeah, the Bear Carpet 1 scoreboard update. Garraway all over Northmore, 42-0 at half. And Sandusky Perkins only up 24-21 on West Holmes at half, so West Holmes fought way back into that one. Then games of interest, Garraway will play the winner of Fort Fry and West Jefferson. Fort Fry leads that game 17-14.
Wow. That's a surprising one to me.
The winner of the West Holmes Perkins game is they'll play the winner of Glenville and Shelby, which Glenville is up 35-7 on Shelby.
I don't think anybody wants to play the Tarblooders right now.
And then the winner of this game will play the winner of Sheridan and Bishop Hartley, and they're at the half. And Sheridan's winning that game 27-21.
Good matchup there. That will wrap up our portion of the First National Bank of Denison halftime report. Stick around. We're going to have the second half of this regional semifinal showdown in a Division IV Region 15 coming up in just a little while. Stick around.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. The past 30 years, the residents in and around the Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff of McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of those communities, there is nothing better than high school sports. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty, 330-364-SOLD, or find us online at McInturfRealty.net.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for talking and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov
or go to empowertusk.com.
Take a second to step outside of your daily life and breathe. Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District brings that perfect break from a busy life. and great destinations for relaxing, camping, fishing, hiking, family-friendly activities, and so much more. Atwood and Tappan Lakes also have new campsites with full hookup connections and full-service marinas. Reserve your adventure now at mwcd.org. The Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District would also like to congratulate all of the area athletes on a great season.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Janayton Hutton, South Broadway, and Schunbrunn in New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Novelis Uriksville is the world leader in aluminum recycling, and they need you. They have immediate openings for general laborers, equipment operators, and various skilled trade positions. They'll start you at $22 per hour or higher. There are advancement opportunities, and Novelis offers industry-leading benefits. To apply or find out more, go to novelis.com/careers and search Uriksville. That's novelis.com/careers and search Uriksville. Novelis is an equal opportunity employer.
Fell can sell. When you choose the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, you can count on local expertise, terrific communication, an expert negotiator on your side, and detail-oriented service throughout the process. Real estate does not have to be difficult or stressful. Choose a team that will make the process quick, easy, and professional start to finish. Whether you are ready to buy or ready to sell, make sure you call Caleb Fell with the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, and downtown New Philadelphia, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
This is Jordan Hartzler. At Hartzler's Quality Housing, our goal is to help customers achieve the dream of home ownership. We have been a family-owned, affordable housing business for over 40 years. We value our customers and have the knowledge and experience to help you walk through the home buying process from start to finish.
Conveniently located just off I-77 in New Philadelphia, stop by and browse their model homes or learn more by visiting hartzlers.com. Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
Lutz Body and Paint, located at 7573 Wolf's Crossing Road in Janayton Hutton, is there for you when a never-planned auto collision repair is needed. Lutz the auto body and painting services needed to get your vehicle back to looking showroom new in a timely manner at a reasonable price and provides free estimates. Lutz Body and Paint is a proud supporter of the Indian Valley School District and wishes best of luck to the Braves athletes participating in tonight's game.
When you think pizza, think Amici's Pizza with locations in West Lafayette and Janayton Hutton. Amici's Pizza offers you your favorite traditional pizzas, as well as specialty pizzas, subs, wings, and salads. Everything from the dough to the sauce is made fresh daily. There's just something different about a pizza from Amici's. Try one today in West Lafayette or Janayton Hutton. Big city taste for a small city price. Learn more. Find Amici's on Facebook.
Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what your needs, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
Kinsey Excavating and Trucking is a family-owned and operated business in New Philadelphia. KET is a general contractor. They provide services to commercial and municipal clients. They employ local union operators and laborers. KET is dedicated to providing outstanding work using the latest technology and employing local individuals to positively impact Tuscarawas County and the surrounding area. Kinsey Excavating and Trucking proudly supports the Indian Valley Local School District and wishes all area athletes, musicians, artists, and students a successful season.
Hey football fans, are you ready to cheer on your local team in the playoffs?
Hi, this is Bethany Peters
and Chet Peters from the Peters Team Realtors and Auctioneers with Keller Williams. And we're here to show our support. Whether you're buying, selling, or just looking for your dream home, our team has got you covered. We're not just passionate about real estate, we're passionate about our community. So join us in rallying behind our team as they dominate the field. Go team. Go Peters Team Realtors and Auctioneers. We're here to coach you.
The completion of Tusky Deli's expansion project is near and is excited to offer everyone even more items. The deli has remained open throughout the construction to continue offering the lowest prices around on their deli items, along with their made fresh daily soups, salads, sandwiches, and wraps, which is perfect for a lunchtime stop. You can find Tusky Deli on Facebook. The Tusky Deli is a proud supporter of Indian Valley Braves athletes and wishes them the best of luck in tonight's game.
This is Carly Mills. At First Federal Community Bank, our mission is to empower the financial well-being of our community one person at a time. Through integrity and quality, we earn the trust of our customers and exceed their expectations. First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community since 1898. Serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yorksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. First Federal Community Bank, member FDIC.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast, professional service to get you back on the road? This is Garrett Jacobs with AutoWorks Collision Center. We service cars, trucks, SUVs, and even semi-trucks and RVs. Whether you need auto glass replacement, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just a free estimate, AutoWorks has you covered. We even offer alignments for your heavy-duty vehicles like buses, motorhomes, and semis with our state-of-the-art Hunter alignment system. Call 330-878-4223. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Let AutoWorks of Strasburg work for you.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop into the Niedenthal facility on North Worcester Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Dr. Nathan Springer is in the business of making smiles, specializing in braces and Invisalign for children and adults. Dr. Springer provides smiles that can be recognized anywhere. Just look at the winning smile on some of the players. Compliments of Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics. Hey, that smile of pride on the face of mom and dad might be from Dr. Springer too. Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics, in the business of making smiles, at 107 Ray Avenue Northeast in New Philadelphia.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back into the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio from St. Clairsville. Nick, Shannon, Claxon Communications, all of our wonderful sponsors, bringing you today's presentation of high school football in the regional semifinals as we wrap up our halftime report, brought to you by the First National Bank of Denison. 28-13, the Steubenville lead over Indian Valley. Shannon, you and I were talking. We were in line for some great food because I want to give a great shout-out to the St. Clairsville athletic department and to all the staff here at the Red Devil Stadium. Phenomenal stuff. They fed us well, and it gave us plenty of time to think about that first half, but I know you want to thank them too.
Yeah, that's some great food. I was down here last year, and they fed us great last year. And can't say enough about the athletic departments at all these schools. They not only take care of their athletes, but when they host these big events, they take care of all the people who are volunteering and working. They take care of all the media. They take care of the coaches. So shout out to all the athletic booster clubs at all these high schools.
But anyway, back to the important task at hand, because everybody watching this right now is thinking, why are you idiots talking about food? We want to talk about the game. 28-13. Indian Valley finds themselves trailing. We kind of alluded to what we thought that the Braves would have to do in this second half, but you're going to have to do it quickly because I think that's the biggest key for this, at least in my opinion. Indian Valley started off so fast on offense and scored those 2 touchdowns. Granted, one of them was defensive. Stubenville didn't know what hit them. I think that's going to be your focus here again. You're going to have to get this quick stop as Big Red's going to take the opening second half kickoff. How do you stop this monster that is this offense, though?
Defensively, you got to come out and do what you did on those first couple of drives. Indian Valley, everybody in the state knew coming into this game, Indian Valley had a big hill to climb. It's no joke at how good that Steubenville is. They're in this situation every year because they're a great football program. But Indian Valley come out and they punched them right in the mouth, and Steubenville stumbled. But their coaches made the adjustments, and they bounced right back. Now Indian Valley had a chance to go in the locker room, calm down, all the coaches talking, the players, getting rested up. They got to come out now and do that same thing this very first drive.
It will be Sabron Felton, who's the lone man back for Steubenville for this second half kickoff. I have to say, Shannon, I think it looked like Big Red was expecting an onside, but they quickly now move back and put about 3 guys back deep.
Yeah, the Braves are lined up. They're going to probably do a little pooch kick right here.
Let's see as McComb gets a onside kick attempt that did not bounce the way he wanted it. Steubenville's going to start with great field position at the 49. As remember, our kickoffs brought to you by Cartoon.
Yeah, and that's one of the things.
I'm sorry.
And that's one of the things right there. You can't fault the Indian Valley coaching staff for trying that. They do those little pooch kicks to try to strand them about the 25 or 30-yard line. They just try to catch them off guard right there. You're down 2 scores. You had to try something to change momentum, but that ball just took a lucky bounce, and it bounced right to the up man.
1 receiver either side of the formation. It's Manning in the shotgun, and he's got Riker Williams in his face. Passes too high over the head that time of Hill as the freshman really putting the heat on Manning.
Yeah, Riker Williams did a nice job right there fighting through the tackle and coming in, and that kind of made that ball sail a little high. Isaac Hill, 6'3", and he had to go about 6'8" to try to catch it.
When you think about 6'3", how high his arms reach up too. So it will be 2nd down and 10. Ball at midfield, actually on the Steubenville own 29-yard line. Stacked formation either side, right up against the line. Shotgun, Manning back to pass, slings it out. Hill, and he's going to drop it. Isaac Hill was more concerned about running down the field than hauling in the pass, and that's a break for the Braves.
And the Braves got lucky right there that he dropped it because there was some running room in there. Somebody was going to have to try to make a shoestring tackle to get him down before he got 10 yards.
Quickly to 3rd down and 10. We've only run 10 seconds off the board in this first half.
Yeah, Steubenville.
Second half, I should say.
Steubenville going to bring in their wide package right here, but they didn't come out to run the clock right here. They came out to try to score.
Kajuan Bryant is in. Sabron Felton is back in. 2 wide receivers either side, and looks like on the right side, the far man is going to be Isaac Hill. It will be a shotgun. Manning wants the play again. In the backfield with him is Bryant. Manning looking straight up the middle now. He's got some pass rush from Bircher. He can't get there. Now he's going to step up and run. Quake Beatty's going to try to get to him. He can't get to him before the first, and he'll go out of bounds there. And it's going to be a First Federal Community Bank first down up to the 39-yard line. Indian Valley did everything right except remember to get the quarterback on the run.
Yep, Manning did a nice job right there. They spread the field. Indian Valley had all the receivers locked down. He started to scramble and seeing green grass in front of him, and he just kept right on going, and he ran for the first down marker.
Into plus territory now after the 11-yard run. That's going to be a swing pass. That might have been backwards to Bryant, and he will get touched down, and they're going to mark it down where he fell on it, which would be the 47-yard line. That pass was backward from Manning to Bryant.
Yeah, nice job by Bryant right there to realize it because as soon as he's getting ready to dive on it, Jackson Bircher was right there to try to scoop it up, but he dove on it, and he's down where he fell on the ball.
So that is a big-time loss to start off this next part of the series for Stubenville. It's 2nd down and 20. Ball moves back to the 47. Actually, it will be the 47 of Indian Valley. Shotgun formation again. Manning, he'll play fake. He'll sling it out. It's left, and it's got a wide receiver, and he will get dropped there at about the 41 or 42-yard line. Making the grab that time was number 5 and Brody Suckosh.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cam Guspett was coming out here, and it looked like he was going to make the tackle short. He kind of had an arm wrapped around him, was being held, and the offensive lineman realized it and let go of him, and Cam was able to get out there and make the tackle.
So 3rd down and 14 now after that hookup of just 6 yards. Manning's in the shotgun. He'll turn. It's a play fake. He'll dart it up the middle on a seam, and there was nobody home. They were trying to go to Hill again, and it's going to be 4th down. I was going to say, Shannon, we have not seen that as a play that Steubenville loves to run, is that quick play fake, and they go straight up the seam to their big 6'3" target. He was not ready for it, though.
I'll tell you what, Manning's got a cannon on him. Woo! That ball was moving.
If you're curious, he's an ace pitcher for the Big Red. Imagine that.
4th down. Big Red still got the offense on the field.
4th down, and it says 12. All on the 41. Manning, it's going to be a hard count. Going to try to get Indian Valley to jump. Good job by the Braves there. Did not jump. Now we're going to get some play calls from the sideline. We'll see if they're all just for show. Instead, no. Manning's going to take the snap. He's got backside pressure. He's going to throw it to the original line of scrimmage, and it's dropped. Is that going to be a fumble? No, they're going to call it incomplete, and it is a turnover on downs, just what the doctor ordered for the Braves.
Yeah, nice job by Indian Valley right there. Got out there, got their hands on him, spun him around. He wasn't able to control the ball, dropped it, and that's what Indian Valley needed right there. Now Coach Lancaster and Coach Peterman up above us in the press box, they got to come up with something right here to get that offense rolling like it was early in the game.
To say the coaches for this Indian Valley team are passionate about football, there's no denying that. We know that. But do you think it's Coach Pete up there every single time on certain plays that we hear some stomping going on?
And he's not clog dancing.
Pistol formation, single wide receiver either side. Carter turns, fakes it to Kinsey. He's looking. He's got nothing. He's going to try to step up, and he is going to get dropped at about the 35-yard line, maybe the 36. Carter wanted to go up the seam that time to either Thomas or the man on the other side, I think was Guspett, but there was just nothing there.
Yeah, Thomas come across this side right here, and it looked like maybe he was going to have some daylight, but the safety come over and picked him up. Guspett, on the other hand, was on the other side. He had some room, but Carter was already stepped up into the pocket coming this way. He was unable to get that throw.
Might have actually been Golder. I could not tell. Ball moves back to the 35-yard line of the Braves. 2nd down and 15. And it will be the same formation as they just ran. But now Kinsey's going to motion up to be kind of a tight end. Carter's alone. He's going going to be a straight drop. He's looking for the throwback screen. He's going to find a man in Bircher who's got some rumbling room, lowers his shoulder, and will go down at about the 42-yard line. So they'll get just past the original line of scrimmage to bring up a third down and more manageable.
Yeah, nice job right there by Carter to get the ball out to Bircher. Everybody was kind of keyed on where Kenzie and Thomas was, and Bircher snuck out on this side over here. And the defender went low to try to go at Bircher's legs, and Bircher tried to go low, and they kind of missed each other. So it's probably a good thing the defender got a little lower right there.
I don't know how much contact was actually had between those two.
If Bircher would have got helmet on helmet, he probably would have had to take his helmet down there to Lute's Body Shop and get it repainted.
Ball on the 42-yard line of the Braves. Pistol formation, 2 wide receivers left. Thomas motions towards the backfield. He's going to go run from right to left in the formation. Carter steps up, delivers. A lot of contact in the middle of the field, no flag. Ball hits the ground, and we had 2 receivers converging between both Golder and Bircher. You had 2 defenders, and it was just a mess of bodies.
Yeah, Carter stepped up in the pocket. He made a throw, but I wasn't sure if it was going to get intercepted or caught right there, and it ends up falling to the turf. And looks like Indian Valley's going to come in and going to have the punt team as Thomas will go back to punt.
Brings up a 4th down and 9, 8:36 to go here in the third quarter. Steubenville leads 28-13. Regional semifinals. Thomas is going to step into it and drive it. It's going to be caught on the 28-yard line. Stutter step, making some room and going towards the left sidelines. The returner for Steubenville. He will finally get drug out of bounds, and it's Suckosh as Steubenville will start at the 38-yard line. Big Z Sports will return right after this.
Let the experts at Bear Carpet One in Sugar Creek help you pick out the right window treatment for you. Bear is now carrying Alta Window Fashions. Their cost-effective, made-in-America blinds and shades come in many styles. Honeycomb, roller shades, wood, faux wood, aluminum, and vertical blinds. Even custom shutters in many fabrics and materials. Alta blinds and shades can be automated through a remote, smartphone, or even voice. Come check out Bear's Alta display. Bear Carpet One, just off Route 39 in the Salzburg Plaza in Sugar Creek.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. It's Nick and Shannon with Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications bringing you high school playoff football as the run up the middle for Stubenville will get a decent gain there as it was Xavier Folks again. Pushes the ball to the 41-yard line of Steubenville. Good first gain of a couple.
Steubenville going to go quick. Back to the line of scrimmage already.
Manning throws it out. Screen pass. Stutter step around the defender, and he'll go up to the 49-yard line for another First Federal Community Bank first down. The defender out there for Indian Valley just could not get a hand on him.
Yeah, Indian Valley tacklers are kind of trying to go high right there, and these big wide receivers are having trouble, or not having trouble. They're just shoving them off to the side.
1st and 10, handoff up the middle. Folks, he's going to break free, and he'll actually get tripped up, though, at the 40-yard line. He had nothing but green grass in front of him.
Tanya McComb comes up, makes a tackle right there, and I think he got his hand stepped on as it was happening.
Ball now will make its way to the 40 of Indian Valley. Steubenville not looking to let up. It's a handoff. Power football again and getting pulled to the ground at the 36-yard line as the ball carrier for Big Red in Falks again.
Yeah, Falks, he had some running room right there, and I think he got tackled by his own player or teammate, and Javion Harper kind of come through there and tripped him up, and he fell into the pile.
Actually, I think that was Kawan Bryant. They switch these running backs out so much, Shannon, I just can't keep track. So it'll be a handoff again. Manning's going to go up the middle to his next substitute running back coming in. Minifield. Maybe had been Jalen Minifield, thank you. Hey, if you can see it, man, you call it out because I can't. So the ball will go up to the 33-yard line of Indian Valley. Braves now with a 3rd down here, and now's go time again for Indian Valley. You got to get a stop.
And being a 3rd down and short right here, Stubenville, who was going quick, has now slowed down, brought in 2 more players right here.
I think that might be number 25, the senior running back Elijah Mullins, who might be in there. It's a heavy formation, very heavy formation. 2 fullbacks behind Manning, 1 running back. Turns, hands it off. Misdirection, and it is going to get stuffed by the Indian Valley defense who keeps fighting and driving. First man through for the Braves who got him on the ankles. Was that Riker Williams?
Riker Williams.
Huge play for the freshman.
Riker Williams shot the gap and hit him in the backfield. and then everybody else come in and finished him up right there. So that's going to bring up fourth down in about a long 5.5.
On the 35-yard line of Indian Valley. Yeah. We know Bowers has a heck of a leg, but he's not going to try a field goal from here. So they're going to spread out the formation. One wide receiver near, two far, two running backs in the backfield with Manning. Manning turns, and it's going to be a false start. The fullback immediately to the right of Manning got started early. You could see him leaning forward.
Yeah, I didn't want to say nothing. I didn't know they was going to throw the flag right there. And I'm like, didn't he just go 2 days before he was supposed to?
That's that expedited shipping before the snap. So now pushing it back to the 40, and I would imagine, and it certainly looks like it, they are going to bring on the punter in Hayden Hicks. Will Stubenville with the 4th down and 10. Huge moment there for the Indian Valley defense.
Yeah, another big stop. That's 2 series in a row with a big stop. But Steubenville defense stepped up the first time, and Coach Reno now he's like, you know what, we're going to punt it. We're going to pin them deep and see if our defense can do it again and give us good field position.
So Hicks, the junior, will line up at about his own 46. It's going to be a fake. It's going to be a direct snap off to the right. He's not going to get there as the Indian Valley defender drops him. Cam
Guspit read that play all the way. He come in there like a maniac, hit him, wrapped him up, made sure he wasn't letting go of him until they fell to the ground.
That was flowing locks going over to the sideline to stop it. Almost a young Troy Polamalu going over there.
Well, after he had that big touchdown run last week, I asked him where he got his speed at, and his dad, Ken, over there was saying that, and Cam's like, I don't get my speed from my dad, so we'll have to ask him tonight where he gets his speed from because he got through there quick.
Maybe from Grandpa?
Could be Grandpa.
Ball will be on the 41-yard line of Indian Valley. Huge moment for the Braves. It'll be a turn and a handoff. Kinsey, he delays. He'll push. He'll drive, and he'll get dropped at the 45, a gain of 4 on 1st down.
Nice play right there by Kinsey. A little bit of power, a little bit of dancing around. Got him a 4-yard gain. Like I've said before, you only need 3.4 yards per carry to get you a 1st down every time.
Winning formula, if you can get it done. Indian Valley trails by 15, under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. The Braves special teams comes up with the huge stop there on the fake punt for Stubenville, which could be a turning point if Indian Valley wants to get back into this. Wide receivers on either side of the formation. Motion man from left to right's Thomas. They're going to fake to him. They're going to give it to Kinsey, who's tackled up high, and he'll get dropped at the 44. He'll actually lose a yard.
Yeah, Big Red defense right there. They didn't fall for none of that. The linebackers came straight forward. They played Kinsey the whole way.
So it'll take it to 3rd down and a handful of carries. Indian Valley looks like Jackson Bircher comes back in. Cam Guspit goes out. 3rd down. Ball sits at the 44 of Indian Valley. They trail by 15. It will be Carter in the shotgun. Back to pass. He's trying to look for a man streaking down the sideline. Nothing there, and he's going to absorb a huge loss as Sam Carter couldn't get rid of it and will be dropped at the Indian Valley 28.
Yeah, that's not something you want to see right there. He made the commitment to try to run backwards to try to buy his receivers more time. I think they were trying to set up a screenplay for Thomas over there on the left side, but Big Red's not going to get away from Thomas. They're pressing him as soon as they come to the line, and Carter ran backwards, and now you just put a lot more pressure on your punting team right here.
So officially it's 4th down and 23. We'll call it a country mile. Thomas has it, and he will boot it away. An end-over-end kick. Running up for it, and the fair catch is Suckosh at the 45-yard line. That is where Stubenville will take over. For Indian Valley, Shannon, that one hurts. You had all the opportunity in the world there to chip into this lead.
Yeah, just missed opportunity to get on offense. Your defense has stepped up, and here just come a flag right here.
And I see what was happening. You got a taunting call or unsportsmanlike conduct. Who was that on?
Well, Steubenville here, one of their players was running off the sideline, was jawing with Thomas, and he kept jawing and jawing as he was running towards the sideline. And
because that is the way they're marking it off, is even further back against Steubenville. I did not catch the number on that player. That's always important to note here because he gets another one and he's gone.
Yeah, I mean, the referee let him go for a little bit as he was walking, and he just kept turning around and yelling back. And then the referee finally, the head referee, the white hat, finally had enough, and he threw his flag.
So that will push Steubenville all the way back to their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10. 3:15 to go in the 3rd. Heavy formation, an I formation. Manning goes under center with a fullback and a running back behind him. Motion man from right to left. One wide receiver was left. It's going to be some misdirection. It's Fulks up the middle, and he'll actually jump over where the offensive and defensive line were engaged. And Fulks will drop down at the 33.
Yeah, nice job by the Indian Valley defensive line right there, they was able to maintain their gaps right there, and there was nowhere for Falk to go, and he just kind of had to lunge forward just to get the 2 yards that he got.
Not sure who the Indian Valley defender was, but somebody engaged about 7 yards down the field, getting planted there. Steubenville's trying to run it down their throats now with that 15-point lead. It will be an I formation again. Manning back to pass. It's a play-action fake. He's going to look. It's going to be a comeback route. It's not going to be there. He's going to dance around. He's got room for a cutback. Coming through is Riker. Williams couldn't grab him. More defensive pressure. Now delivering it down the field, and wide open is going to be Hill. Hill grabs it, breaks Tanya McComb's tackle, cuts back. Thomas can't make the tackle, and he is in for a touchdown. That might be the craziest play you are going to see as Aiden Manning keeps the play alive and connects with Isaac Hill to go 67 yards.
Yeah, the defensive line and linebackers is doing their job, but Tanya McComb lost Hill over here on the side. He lost his defender, or lost his receiver, and he stood over here wide open, and it was too late by the time Tanya McComb realized that he was standing over here to go back after him.
Aiden Manning just broke about 3 or 4 potential would-be sacks. He dodged Riker Williams. He dodged a whole host of other pass rushers. Did not see who the other ones were, but my goodness, what a play. And it pushes the lead to 21 for Steubenville. Extra point, make that 22. Big Red lead in the regional semifinal against the Braves, 35-13. Big Z Sports is back after this.
T-County Boxing Academy on East High in New Philadelphia invites anyone serious about boxing to see what they offer and have success just like pro boxer and Yurixville's own Sugar Dre Donovan. T-County Boxing Academy not only offers the area's premier training facility, but also offers the best supplements on the market for peak training to get the most out of your workouts. To see all T-County Boxing Academy has to offer, find T-County Boxing Academy-TCBA on Facebook.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Dan Hosteller of Ferris Chevrolet Buick Toyota. High school sports brings out the best of our high schools and our communities, and the people at Ferris have always been behind the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks that we sell and service every day. Like high school sports, we are a great tradition in the area. Ferris on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
Indian Valley will receive this kickoff with 2:20 to go in the third quarter, and both Golder and Thomas will watch it go over their heads as the Braves are behind by 22 to the Big Red. Winner of this contest moves on to the regional finals for Division 4, Region 15. Shannon, that one might be a backbreaker for Indian Valley. You had the containment on the the quarterback. You just couldn't find the way to stay locked up on Hill. That makes 2 long touchdowns for Isaac Hill and 2 long touchdowns for Sabron Felton, the big seniors.
Yeah, that's one of those plays right there. Your defensive backs got to do what your coach should do and not watch the play, and they just lost him.
1st and 10 from their own 20. Kinsey up the middle. He's got a big hole, and he's going to go. I think there's a flag on the far side, though. Grady Kinsey's going to take it 80 yards into the end zone, but there is a flag over on the far sideline, is there not? And sure enough, there is going to be a whistle from the back judge. Now, what's it going to be? It would be in the area of a hold, maybe? Did Steubenville line up offside, Shannon?
I thought maybe they lined up offsides, but the way the Braves players are reacting, there might have been an illegal formation.
And sure enough, the referees are calling, they're waving them back, and it's going to be, well, they're going to signal false start, but I'd imagine it be the illegal formation. And oh, is that a backbreaker, as it was Kinsey who went 80 yards down the field.
Yeah, I just wonder if somebody was up on the line of scrimmage. It wasn't supposed to be up on the line of scrimmage or something. Because usually if it's a false start, the plays blow dead.
Yes.
So it had to be an illegal formation.
So instead of an 80-yard touchdown scamper, it's now 1st and 15 from their own 15-yard line. After that play, Santonio Brown, the big senior defensive lineman for Stubenville, is on the sideline getting worked on. For Kinsey, the psychological effect too, Shannon, you just busted it off 80 yards. Now you're gassed and you have to come right back in.
Indian Valley trying to get to the line fast.
Some speed here out of the Braves offense. Turns, hands it off, Kinsey. He's going to plunge forward, and it's going to pale in comparison for the first carry of that drive, but he will still fall forward for 4.
You know, if I'm in Indian Valley, I do what that little short huddle they do, they call it fire. They come right out, jump to the line. Because Steubenville, every play is trying to jump defensive linemen around, and if you can get the play off fast enough, you're going to catch them out of position.
2nd down and 11. Clock shows 1:35 in the third. One tight end off the left side, one receiver off there. I form. Carter turns, hands it off. Kinsey looking for a lane. He's got the outside corner. He's going to stiff arm, and he is going to get a First Federal Community Bank first down as he goes up to the 31.
You know, your Coach Lancaster right here, you might want to consider to keep going fast right here.
We'll see if Indian Valley uses tempo instead. We're looking, it appears as though more substitutions coming in for the Braves. 1:10 to go in the third quarter. Some good runs so far for Kinsey.
And some of the big red defensive linemen are starting to get hands on hips right here. They're breathing a little hard. You got to keep going at them.
Pistol formation. McComb motions from right to left. Actually, that might have been Riker Williams. And it's out of the backfield. It's Colton Thomas. He's going to stiff arm. He's got a nice gain. He goes up to the 40, still driving, pushing. And it's another First Federal Community Bank first down as his lineman gets behind him. And they shove forward. It looks like Big Red says that the ball was dropped. And it looks like Thomas did drop it. And it is Big Red ball.
And that's a problem sometimes when you get fighting like that to try to get extra yards. Somebody comes in and rips it out.
Thomas was fighting and took the ball all the way to the 41-yard line. It was a gain of 11, but the fumble gives it right back to Steubenville, who look to continue their dominance after that opening 13-0 lead for Indian Valley. We have less than a minute to go here in the third, and it's been all Steubenville. It will be a shotgun formation. 2 running backs line up off the left side of Manning. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. And there's a receiver who got going way early.
Yeah, number 9 out here.
That's Felton.
He had about a yard and a half head start.
You know, depending if you're playing in the CFL, you can get the running start towards the lane. But Felton will now check back out of the game. He looked back and said, did I really do that? I think he's having a lighthearted laugh about it now. So it will be a first down and 15. The ball inches back to the 48-yard line at about midfield. It will be Manning in the I form. There's going to be a false start. That snap went low, and Riker Williams gets shoved all the way down the field as an Indian Valley defender tried to jump on the ball coming in. I couldn't see who was the one who slid around. Was it Quake Beatty?
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was, but Manning just come up out of the pile just yelling at his offensive lineman.
Well, the center moved, and Manning didn't, and the ball, I guess, fell between the center's legs. And it is going to stay first down, of course, on the – that's technically a false start, but who do you award that on, the center or the quarterback?
Well, I mean, most quarterbacks will tell you it was never their fault.
All to the 47-yard line. It now goes back to Steubenville territory. 1st and 20. They'll bunch up the formation. 2 running backs either side of Manning. 2 wide receivers left. Manning, he will hand it off. It's going to be a run, dancing around and going forward and driving before finally getting dropped will be Jalen Minifield again, who will go to the 50. Short yardage gain.
Yeah, nice job by the Braves right there. Steubenville come out. They just went for the run to see if they could get a big chunk, but the Braves was able to read it right there.
2nd and 17 right at midfield. And it looks like Coach Sakosh is going to take his team off the field as they lead by 22, and we're going to enter the fourth quarter. Put your 4s in the air. Regional semifinal action moves on to the final couple moments. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Big Brothers Big Sisters needs your help. Hi, this is Monique Duke, and we are committed to matching 82 children that have been waiting to meet their big. Do you have 4 hours a month that you could share with a little doing something you both enjoy? We match bigs and littles with similar interests, so this could be fishing, going to a ball game, going to church, or even shopping. If you would be interested in changing a child's life, please contact us at 330-339-6916 or visit us at bigsforkids.com/volunteer.
Dover and Canton has just what you're looking for, so your athletes have the best gear for the sports they love. Dumont has a large apparel selection and can handle your customized screen printing and embroidery for your team or business. For sporting goods and all your apparel, Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has everything you want to play and look your best.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. It is the fourth quarter, 12 minutes to go to decide who's at least one side representative of the regional final for Region 15 out of Division 4. Indian Valley trails by 22 at Steubenville ball, right at midfield, second down and 17. Manning hands to the first man through. It's a fullback dive up the middle, and he'll still fight forward, go up to the 46-yard line, nearly fall forward to the 45, so it will bring up third down.
Yeah, Quake Beatty come in there, first one to get a hold of him. Quake Beatty had him wrapped up around the legs, and he wasn't letting go. You know, he's a wrestler, so he knows how to get in there on those single legs, and he got a hold of him and just held him to where everybody else came in.
It's the ankle pick, Shannon. 3rd and 13. Manning in the shotgun. Hard count. 2 wide receivers either side of the formation.
Hill nearest us over here.
Thomas looks to be matched up on him. Manning goes back to pass, steps up. He delivers down the field. Thomas got his head turned around, and that is going to be caught on the sideline, but incomplete. Having his feet out of bounds was Felton.
Yeah, Hill crossed to the inside, and Thomas
Brown, as good defense down the field, will force the turnover on downs.
Yeah, they kind of pretty much did the same routes right there where Hill crossed up, and Tanya McComb picked him up and stayed with him stride for stride. And McComb did another nice job of timing his jump just perfect. You got to give credit to the Indian Valley defense here in the second half. They've done what they've had to do. It's the offensive side that's struggling.
So that was Isaac Hill who was down the field. I'm telling you, trying to differentiate between Isaac Hill, Lee Anthony Sewell, and Sabron Felton. They're all listed at the same size, Shannon. They all have single-digit numbers. It is hard to see the numbers from here, so we apologize if we've gotten any of those wrong. 1st and 10 for Indian Valley on their own 46. And there's a miscommunication. Carter's finally going to get it to Kinsey, and he's going to go. Are you kidding me? A busted play that saw Sam Carter turn the wrong note out when Grady Kinsey takes it 54 yards for a touchdown.
Well, not only was it a busted play on the offense, but the defense fell for it too. They wasn't sure what was going on. And Kinsey, the offensive line did a nice job right there, got him his hole. And we said before, he's got one of the quickest first steps we've seen, and he went right through it and right down the field.
Second rushing touchdown of the game for Kinsey. It makes it a little bit more interesting now. 11 minutes to go.
Indian Valley's offense is on the field.
Looks like they are going to go for 2 now to try to make it a 2-touchdown lead, or a 14-point game, I should say. Eric Golder's the far man back. Kinsey's the front man at fullback. They're going to try to run the little rub route to Thomas, and it's there. 2-point conversion is good. They put him out in the flat, and he converts. Indian Valley cuts it back to a 14-point deficit. Big Z Sports returns for more after this.
Cush Financial Group has been proudly serving the financial needs of local community members for over 35 years. The team at Cush Financial follows an industry-leading service model with the unique approach and fiduciary responsibilities associated with their board-certified financial planner. With over 75 years of combined experience, the advisors at Cush Financial Group are here to help you achieve your financial goals. Contact the office at 330-308-8700 or visit cushfinancial.com to schedule your free consultation today. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Independent Capital Company Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC.
Welcome back to St. Clairsville High School, the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. Indian Valley, Shannon, kind of makes it interesting again. It's a 14-point deficit with 11 minutes to go. You're going to need your defense to respond here. But how about the awareness of Grady Kinsey? If you would have told me that if you had maybe on your scoring bingo card at home that Kinsey would score in a 54-yard busted play run, I wouldn't have expected it.
Now, a quick Ferris Chevrolet scoreboard update. Garraway up on Northmore in the fourth quarter, 42-7. Sandusky Perkins up on West Holmes, 31-21 in the third quarter.
Tanya McComb will boot it away. It's a little pooch line drive, and the returner will take it right down to the ground at the 36-yard line.
Deep man for Steubenville fell down back there, and I wasn't sure what happened. And he got up, and he kind of was limping a little bit, but now he's kind of jogging off. I thought maybe he
I think it's one of those maybe – I hope he's okay. We're not saying, if he did hurt something. But one of those trick plays, Shannon, where you try to just get the team looking at the returner instead of the ball?
Yeah, it's the nice job by the up man right there to secure the catch.
So now Stubenville back out on offense at 35-yard line. It will be a screen pass out to the right side. He'll get around the first man. Tanya McComb coming over. He can't make the tackle. And up to the 47 and being taken down. It was Isaac Hill, another big gain. Of course, our timeouts we just came out of, brought to you by the Cush Financial Group.
Yeah, and that right there is one of the plays that's been working for Big Red all night is those little screen plays right there. And they're turning those screen plays into 20 and 30-yard pops at a time. Indian Valley defense, they got to find a way to fight right here and get a stop.
That was a 17-yard gain, puts them in plus territory. 2 wide receivers left, I formation again for Steubenville, Manning under center. They'll check the Indian Valley defense as Big Red kind of killing some clock now. It'll be a handoff and grabbed by Justin Cadgett as the ball carrier for a stop of no gain.
Yeah, this is right here now. Steubenville's got to make a decision. Are we going to try to run the clock or are we going to try to keep things going? And Indian Valley got back within 2 scores right here. So now you got to think, man, do we take the opportunity to run the clock, or they could possibly get right back in this game if we make another mistake.
So it will be 2nd down and 10 again from the 47. That running back that time was Minifield. Had nowhere to go. How about Cadgett? You look at the size of this offensive line, somehow still finding a way to get in the backfield. I formation, wide receivers either side of the formation. Riker Williams.
Yeah, Thomas made a break right there. I thought he would come in, and I thought the ball was going to get deflected by Williams. Williams went up, and Thomas come in and made a nice tackle right there. If that ball would have took just the right bounce, that could have been ugly.
Riker Williams was coming in with abandon off the edge. Would have been interesting to see a defensive end try to pick off that pass. 3rd down and 10, and there's no punter deep for Stubenville. Now here comes the punter in Hayden Hicks. Well, I don't think he was ready.
He probably hasn't had to punt a whole lot this year, and he kind of was caught off guard.
Well, he's only punted, once this game? Hicks has it. Riker Williams comes through. He can't make it. It's kind of a wobbly spiral. McComb will watch it roll out of bounds at about the 15. Indian Valley will be taking over there on their own 15. 8:36 to go in the 4th quarter. Shannon, it's a 2-score game. You get down the field quickly and you score here. This is an entirely new outlook in this regional semi.
You think maybe Coach Lancaster called up a broken play right here to see if the guys can make something happen with it?
I don't think he probably told his guys when he got over there, hey, we're not getting that lucky twice, just so you know.
Like I said, the Indian Valley defense this second half has been very impressive. They've rose to the occasion right here, and now the offense has got to come to the occasion again.
I formation, 1 wide receiver right. Carter turns. Kinsey, stutter step. He got tackled high again. He'll get taken down at the 16-yard line, just a gain of 1.
Indian Valley, Jackson Bircher right there got rolled up on from behind. He's up limping, but I guarantee you they'll have to cut his leg off if they want him to come out.
Tough kid, as we know, all throughout this season. And Bircher, he actually waves him off, and he's going to stay in.
They're going to send Riker Williams in right now. And
they're going to tell him, Jackson, get over here. But
yeah.
I bet you he'll be out there very quick once again.
Well, Williams and Bircher are cousins, and they're just as tough as each other.
Trainer Bethany Lewis now taking a look at the ankle of Bircher. I formation, Carter, play fake, roll out. And there's a lot of contact down the field. He's trying to go off to McComb, and it's Colton Thomas. Instead, he throws it to, and it's incomplete. Shannon, the safety over the top for Steubenville, had a blanket over the receiver.
Well, it was a blanket, and the receiver kind of tried to cut to the right, and they might have just said it was incidental contact. They kind of was wrapped up with each other about 12 yards downfield. Thomas come around, and the ball was kind of behind him. He tried to catch it as it was behind him and ended up rolling around on his back, and luckily, somebody didn't grab it off of his back.
Ball is marked at the 16. Indian Valley facing a 3rd down and 9 deep in their own territory. Clock shows 7:51 to go in the 4th.
Williams still in for Bircher.
Thomas motions from left to right. Carter back to pass. He's looking. There's not much there. It's a throwback screen, and Williams is lit up. At the line of scrimmage, Riker Williams gets absolutely planted by the linebacker and Elijah Mullins.
Yeah, they read that play all the way right there. It never had a chance to develop. The linebacker came in, and Williams took one right in the ribs.
Ball stays at the 16, 4th down and 9 with a punt upcoming deep in their own territory. Credit where credit's due, Shannon. I don't know how Williams held on to that ball first and foremost.
You're Stubenville right here. You got Thomas standing on the 2-yard line. Do you come after him?
I'd say bring the house with the 14-point lead. Instead, they let him get it away. That's a line drive right into the hands of Suckosh. He's going to have a lane up the left side. He's going to fall forward to the 20, and they're going to start their next drive in the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone. I do not think that's how Thomas wanted to strike that punt.
And here comes
there's
the
flag, and I think Suckosh may have just done a little bit too much talking over on the sideline. I did not see an Indian Valley player near him, but we're going to see which way the officials mark it off.
Oh, I seen the official turn around and look at Deacon Trimmer for Indian Valley.
Oh, boy. Yep, and that's sure enough, that's who it's going to go on Indian Valley. I didn't see him over there. Good eye on that, Shannon. And all of a sudden, an extremely short field for Steubenville to start. Big Red smell blood in the water, and they can double up Indian Valley with this next play because they will be starting all the way down at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and, now if you're a Steubenville coach, you can take your time, run a couple plays because you're in field goal position, but you're really in touchdown range right here.
No chance for a first down because it is 1st and goal from the 10. Manning under center, motion man from left to right. Manning will turn. He will hand it off. It's Folks up the middle, and he got barreled into the backfield. I think that was Quake Beatty who grabbed him, who tried to go high.
Yeah, and we got a Big Red player down on the ground right there, an offensive lineman.
We do have a Steubenville player down. We'll go ahead and take a quick Cush Financial timeout. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Top Notch Auto on East Plum Alley in Janaden, your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, offering an experienced staff that can handle just what you need to keep your vehicle running at its best. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics with state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment. Whether your vehicle needs routine maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. They also offer a large selection of tire brands, including Goodyear, Kelly, and Cooper, just to name a few. Find Top Notch Auto LLC on Facebook or call them at 740-561-4100.
Welcome back to St. Clairsville. It will now be 2nd down and 12. Real quickly, you got a scoreboard, Shannon, for some of our other teams as Big Red lines up. We'll get to that right after this play. Player for Stubenville who is able to get off the field on his own power. There's a handoff to the right side, breaking tackles and going to the 1 and tackled from behind close to the goal line. They're going to mark him down at the 1. Grady Kinsey just somehow saved that touchdown on the sweep as the ball carrier for the Big Red broke free out of the backfield.
I thought they had him stopped. I thought they had him stopped in the backfield, and he was able to keep going. 2-point conversion. Oh, no.
Quarterback sneak up the middle. Manning falls forward. No signal yet. He tried to go up over the top. Indian Valley on defense came up over the top and grabbed him. If he didn't get in, it'd be a huge moment in this game. They're still undoing the pile.
Well, if they take that long to undo the pile, that he didn't get in. I was so confused at how fast they went. I said 2-point conversion, but see if they go quick again here.
I tell you what, we've got a bad angle from the press box up here, but it looks as though that might be 4th and 6 inches, Shannon?
I'd say it's probably about 3.
Manning's going to line up under center. Heavy formation again. He's going to turn. First man through, plunges, and he will drive, and he is in for the score. Steubenville with what might end up being the final blow dealt to Indian Valley. It's 41-21.
Yeah, it took a third effort right there to get in. They had him stopped, and he fought again, and then he fought again and finally got in.
Braves find themselves down by 20, just 5 1/4. Or 5:15 to go, I should say. Extra point's going to be upcoming for Bowers. The defense is still scrapping, Shannon, but the big plays have killed the Braves tonight. Bowers is going to get set, and he'll call for the snap. It's up, and it is good. Again, a line drive, 42-21. Indian Valley trails Steubenville. Big Z Sports is back for more semifinal action after this.
Busy schedule? Check out Benson's Heat and Eat section with a variety of entrees and sides for you to choose from. And don't forget, Monday through Friday from 4 to 6, Benson's culinary team prepares hot, made-from-scratch dinners, complete with garden salad and bread and butter. Just call ahead to order. For daily and weekly specials, visit bensonsmc.com. Follow them on Facebook or stop into the market. Benson's Market and Catering, 207 North Worcester Avenue in Dover.
The Tuscarawas County dairy farmers want you to know that low-fat chocolate milk is a great choice for student athletes and hard workers. It provides the nutrition needed after practices, games, or a hard day at work, and it tastes great. Low-fat chocolate milk is packed with carbohydrates for energy, proteins to repair muscles, fluids to rehydrate, plus vitamins and minerals to help build strong bones and bodies. It's the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers. Farms, family, food.
Back into the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio again. Nick and Shannon, along with the Claxon Communications crew of Judd Bone and John Wayne. Daniel Adams down there on the sideline doing our social media coverage as well. 5:15 to go in the fourth. 21-point deficit for the Braves. Shannon, definitely feels like that was all she wrote, but we know this Indian Valley team likes to keep fighting. Here comes the kick from Bowers. And to Vren. It's going to be left short. It's not going to reach the end zone, and that means Colton Thomas is going to have to grab it at the 1. He's going to cut back up the middle, and he'll get up to the 16, maybe the 17. So a great job by Thomas to create something out of nothing on a miscommunication back there.
Yeah, he kind of come up, and Eric Golder kind of turned and pointed towards the ball, and Thomas had to come running back and scoop it up at the 1 yard line. And luckily he got almost to the 20. He's going to be a little bit short, but a quick Auto Works Collision Center scoreboard.
Oh, yeah, we do have to get to those.
The Garraway game went final. Garraway will move on. They won 42-7.
So that will be the regional finals for them in Division 6, Region 23. Carter turns, hands it off. Kinsey up the middle. He'll get low, and Stubenville ripping at that ball. They couldn't get it out, though, the grasp of Kinsey, but he will get a gain of a couple.
Garraway will play the winner of Fort Fry and West Jefferson. West Jefferson is up 49-30 in the fourth quarter. Sandusky Perkins has put a little bit of distance on West Holmes right now in the fourth quarter. Perkins up 38-21.
Shannon, if it holds the scores, Garraway taking on West Jefferson, then that's the battle of the top 2 seeds out of the region, is it not?
I believe it is.
Thomas motions from left to right. Pistol formation. Carter back to pass. He's looking. They try the throwback screen. It's tipped. It's going to be grabbed, though. It's going to be Golder who's going to break a couple tackles and lunge forward to about the 28-yard line. That is a heck of a run. The first time we've seen Golder touch the ball today.
Yeah, nice job. I think they were kind of maybe looking for Thomas out there. Golder come back across the middle, got it, was able to get a first down.
The ball moves to the 28. A First Federal Community Bank first down.
The winner of this game will play the winner of Sheridan and Bishop Hartley. Sheridan's leading 34-27 in the fourth quarter.
Those Generals are no joke. I formation now. One wide receiver left. Carter turns. It'll be Kinsey. Hesitation. He'll go up the middle. He'll run behind some blocks, and he will get up to the 35. Great patience out of Kinsey again. It's something we've seen all year long. And for anybody watching right now, the Indian Valley faithful, I'd like to offer you a reminder about Kinsey. That kid's just a sophomore.
You got 2 more years with Grady Kinsey.
So on the 35 now, 3.5 minutes showing in this football game, as it certainly appears that Steubenville will be moving on to another regional final. I formation, pitch out. Kinsey, cutback lane, gets a chip block, puts his head down, lowers his shoulder, and he will push forward up to the 44-yard line. It looks like we've got some laundry on the backside of the field, and would be in the place of a hold. And they're actually going to call a cut block instead.
On the defense.
Interesting. We had a defensive player. I think it might have been on the pitchback. Was it Bircher who was at fullback? He got hit low by the defender. You think that's where it was from, Shannon?
Yeah, I seen Bircher still back there by the official, and I will say the defensive guy come around there and just went low at him. And that's not allowed.
So Kinsey on that run went up to the 44, so that was another gain of 9 for him, and then you mark off for that low block.
Stubenville going to take a timeout right here.
Timeout with 3:23 to go here in the fourth.
A couple more scores here on our Auto Works Collision Center scoreboard. Canton South is up on West Branch 33-14.
That Canton South team is something else right this year, Shannon.
The winner of the West Holmes game will play Glenville. I mean, it's not over yet, but it's 50-7 over Shelby in the fourth quarter.
I'd ask how much time's left, but I think that is over.
West Jefferson 49-30 over Fort Fry. Like I said earlier, Garraway will move on to the regional finals. They stay perfect tonight as they won in over Northmore 42-7.
Thank you for that, Shannon, as high school playoffs winding down now. Crazy to think about it. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. There's 27 regions. That means out of this game, or out of this week, only 54 teams remain.
There you go with that quick math again, and I'll just say you're probably about right.
Until somebody tells me, no, that there's more regions than
that. What's even more is basketball season's already started, and we're still in the playoffs.
No kidding. 41-yard line of Steubenville's where Indian Valley will take this next snap. Kinsey busts away, lunges forward, driving, pushing, still breaking tackles. Grady Kinsey up to the 34. That's the hardest 7-yard run I think I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it looks like Steubenville's brought in a lot of the younger kids right here, trying to keep the starters off the field, keep them rested. Don't want to take a chance of somebody getting hurt. There's only 3 minutes left in this game. And if Indian Valley can go down the field and score right here, it's not going to affect you in a way that you need to panic.
2nd down and 3. Ball on the 39-yard line. Carter's going to try a rollout. He's going to go down the field. He's got a receiver wide open. It's Colton Thomas, and he will break free into the end zone. Touchdown Braves as Thomas found himself behind the defender and will make it a 2-score game again with 2.5 to go.
Yeah, nice job right there by Sam Carter to roll out and find Thomas out there who got behind the defender, and nice little pitch and catch.
39 yards.
We're down to 2 minutes and 36 seconds left in the game.
So now Indian Valley will line up for another 2-point conversion attempt.
Now their field goal units on the field is...
I apologize. I was my back turned. I got to get another score sheet out, Shannon. 2:36 to go in the 4th. Indian Valley, no lack of fight, Shannon. And we did not expect that. McComb will put his foot into it, and it is left well short and going to miss. 42-27 now, 2:36 to go. Can Indian Valley's defense clamp down one more time? Big Z Sports is back after this.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Welcome back now to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio as Big Z Sports has high school football coverage in the regional semifinals. It's a 15-point ball game. 2:36 to go. Steubenville leads 42-27. Shannon, I'm not going to try to spoil here anything. It's going to be an onside.
Yeah. And the Big Red coaching staff knew it was going to be an onside, and they're like, hey, the hands team, get in there. We got to secure this ball right here.
I'm not telling Tanya McComb how to kick, but there's a lot of wide open space here. Never mind. Here comes the returner over from Steubenville. He knew exactly what I was going to say. McComb dribbles it. It is not going to go 10 yards. And a Steubenville player might have touched that. Quake Beatty's going to jump on it, but I think Big Red grabbed it.
I'm not sure.
Now I don't know because they're trying to sift off that pile. I thought the Steubenville player touched it first, Shannon, but if he grabbed it, it's null and void, and it will be Big Red ball. Quake Beatty there, I think, nearly got the Steubenville returner to touch it first, which your coach there, if you're the return team and it's not going 10 yards, clear out. Get as far away from it as possible.
Yeah, you don't want to make a mistake right there. You know, if you're one of the Indian Valley players, if you was ready when he went to dive on it, if you just dove in there and hit him, it's hard to tell what would have happened with the ball.
So it will be in plus territory on the 49 for Steubenville. Indian Valley does have 3 timeouts, but Big Red can just bleed out the clock here. Manning is under center again. He will turn. He will hand it off, and actually I take that back. It looks like it's some substitutes in there. Shannon, that looks like Lucas McAllister actually at quarterback.
Yeah, and Coach Lancaster is not going to stop the clock. He's going to let it run. So Coach Lancaster is kind of just pretty much, taking it. And
it 15-point deficit, 2 minutes to go as they will kind of ride it out. McAllister's going to dance around, and he will get dropped. at the 2-yard line. Now we have whistles. Now it's an Indian Valley timeout, I think, with 2 minutes. And it is. Interesting, though, they did not take it at the start. Did you want to save that for maybe the offensive possession, Shannon?
Well, I mean, if you can get the ball back and you can go right down the field and score, you're going to have to try to save as many timeouts as you can, just for the simple fact is when Stubenville would come back out on offense, they're going to have to, they'll have free range at running the clock then, because now you'll be in trouble. So Indian Valley here, Steubenville's going to run it, and you're going to have to use your third timeout, and then they're going to punt it, and then being able to stop the clock again.
Still have 1 timeout left, I suppose, though. Interesting. But regardless, as we for tonight with this game, barring any kind of miracles here for Indian Valley, probably going to end right at the score that it is right now. You cannot say enough, one, about Steubenville and their discipline, how they play the game and stay on their assignments. But the night for Isaac Hill, Aiden Manning hitting Isaac Hill on those screen passes, and we keep saying it's Sabron Felton. It might have been Lee Sewells. We're sorry if we've got either of those wrong. But the night that they have had on those success with that passing attack on those screens, you can't overstate it. McAllister is going to roll out to his right, looking. Not much there. He's going to completely reverse field now. Now he's going to have Riker Rims. And that ball is stripped away into the hands of the Indian Valley defender, and it's still loose. Did a Brave recover it?
It went right in.
It is going to be picked up by Indian Valley.
It went right into his hands.
Was that Owen Faulkner?
Well, it went into his hands, and then he got hit as it went into his hands, and it flew back out. And I'm not sure who came up with it, but it's not Faulkner. So now the Indian Valley offense is going to come back out.
That might have been Williams who grabbed it. Go back to our – you can rewind a little bit on our stream to see that. What a crazy play. And I know Big Red coaching staff is probably talking to McAllister and said, of all the things, we could not let that happen.
And it looks like the starting defense is now back in for Big Red. And you see what I'm saying, how the defensive line all lines up in a straight line, and they wait for Indian Valley to come out before they get moved. If Indian Valley would snap the ball quick, you would catch them off guard.
Plus territory for the Braves. Carter's back to pass. He's looking left side, going to deliver it. On the post route, it's Colton Thomas. Good first play down to the 25-yard line. 17-yard hookup from Carter to Thomas.
I go back to the same formation. I spread the field. I put Thomas one-on-one with somebody, and you see if you can make a little double move right there, because the center of the field was wide open right there.
It is another First Federal Community Bank first down, and Indian Valley is going to burn their second time out of the half. So 1:42 to go. All of a sudden, Shannon, things have gotten a lot more interesting.
Yeah, and using these timeouts right now, you're relying on scoring and then getting the onside kick, because now you're not going to have timeouts to stop the clock afterwards.
It's a lot of what-ifs, but crazier things have happened in high school football.
That's why you play the game.
Big thank you again for everyone tuning in tonight and all of our sponsors all year long. Today's stream brought to you by DAC Vitamins and Minerals, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, TMK Valley Propane, and Novellus. Live from the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. 42-27, 1:42 to go here in the fourth quarter. With this timeout, for Indian Valley, what do you think the conversation's going on right now, Shannon, especially considering your offense had to come back with sudden change. You hit a nice play down the field. Are you hoping to catch Stubenville off guard with anything right here?
I don't know.
What could you catch them off guard with?
I don't know if you want to throw any, trickery out there. You can just kind of line up maybe. Like I said, I think you line up Thomas on one side by himself. Well, the field's not spread. They only have two wide receivers, but they got dual tight ends, so watch for that tight end up the middle.
Thomas motions from right to left. Carter's going to be in the backfield. He is going to get a block from Kinsey. He's going to deliver it, try to get it to the comeback route on the receiver over there, and it is going to be incomplete. Clock will now show 1:36.
Yeah, that was Cam Guspert right there. He lined up with the tight end, rolled out there, and he came back, but Carter just didn't have enough arm to get it out there to him as he was running from a defender.
Ball remains at the 25, second down and 10. For Indian Valley, Carter in this game, Shannon, he's had a couple connections with his receivers. He's mostly favored Thomas to this point. He has the touchdown pass to Thomas. I have to imagine he's going to that right side again. It's a pistol formation. Carter fakes the handoff. Kinsey, now he's going to look for Golder on a post. There's nothing there. He'll dump it out into the flat, and that is going to be grabbed and dropped to the ground, I think was Riker Williams.
Tanya
McComb, I'm sorry.
Got put in a headlock right there. Indian Valley calling a timeout.
So that will be their final timeout as the ball does go up to the 24-yard line. It is a Cush Financial Group timeout. We will keep it right here with 1:26 to go. Shannon, you got to push the ball down the field at some point. Obviously, Carter making the right call there not to try to force it into double coverage in the end zone. But given that you know Steubenville's probably going to expect you to go that region, we do not see them go to the boundary deeper down the field very often. Do you think this could be the time for that?
Yeah, you got to try something. You got to catch them off guard. They've watched all your game film. They know what you're coming with. That play was designed to come this way to Tanya McComb the whole time. So the defensive guy over there kind of gave up on Thomas, but he made sure that Thomas never left the line of scrimmage over there because he didn't want him sneaking in on the backside. But Carter made the right decision right there. He just got it to the sure wide receiver to let it go. The only other thing he probably could have did right there, knowing it wasn't going to be a gain, and was just throw it at his feet and stop the clock.
Ball will be on the 23-yard line, 3rd down and 8, just 1:26 showing. Indian Valley trails by 15. It's going to be now or never. It'll be Carter out of the pistol. He's got a lot of pressure up the middle. He's going to deliver it left side. Tanya McComb slung down hard, close to the first down, but he is going to be short. They will enter the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone up to the 18. You got to keep rolling right here.
Yeah, the clock's not going to stop right now. You ran to the center of the field and you didn't get the first down. So now the Braves are trying to rush on 2 tight ends right here as Guspett and Bircher come on. Bachler and Golder go out.
4th down and 3, under a minute to go. Heavy formation. 1 tight end right of the formation, a fullback in front of Kinsey. Turns, gives it. Kinsey bounces outside. He's going to have the first down and more. Kinsey forward to the 10-yard line. Clock will stop momentarily for the chains to move. Under 48 to go.
Coaches are yelling for him to get on the line. They going to spike it or are they going to run a play?
Kinsey with a 9-yard carry. Carter back, hands it off. Kinsey forward. Touchdown Braves. Indian Valley has cut it to a 1-score game again. Almost a 1-score game.
they got to get the 2-point conversion right here. The field goal is not going to help you.
Back-to-back 9-yard carries for Kinsey. He's into the end zone again, and they will be going for 2. So realistically, Shannon, play the game here going for 2? Or do you kick the extra point now?
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. You can kick the extra point now and go for 2 later, but if you miss the extra point, it's over. So you might as well.
It's null and void anyway.
So you might as well go for
and sure enough, they're listening to you.
Go for the 2 here, and you decide it right here.
Pistol formation. Carter, play fake, looks for the rub route. He's got a wide open receiver in Thomas who will make the catch, and the 2-point is good, and we are back to a 1-possession game.
Yeah, nice job right there. Thomas was standing out there wide open. I didn't know Carter was going to see him at first. He threw it out there, and Thomas made a nice little adjustment to catch it as he was falling down.
Pardon me, as Thomas in that corner of the end zone wanted to do everything he could to flail and say, I am open, without actually doing it. So it will be 39 seconds to go, 38.8 officially on the clock. It is 42-35. Indian Valley is a 13 seed, is trying to shock Big Red. They have no timeouts left, but they have scrapped, they have clawed, and they have battled back into this game. They were trailing 42-21 with 8 minutes to go in the 4th, Shannon.
Yeah, the Braves are nothing but fight. We've watched this team, all season long. I've been on the sideline of this team for 8 years, been to every football game, and they're one of the toughest, group of kids I've ever met. And now they got to come up with a big play right here on special teams.
The season hinges on this onside. It will be Tanya McComb. He's into it. High bounce. Off the hands of the Stubenville returner, but he finally falls backwards on it at the 37-yard line, and that should be all she wrote. Indian Valley season likely going to come to an end after that one, but what fight by the Braves to even get back into this thing.
Yeah, they did everything they had to here in the second half. Those couple plays in the first half, and they ran out of fight.
And taking a knee will be McAllister as the final seconds will tick away. It was actually Manning who was back in there. First team offense taking the knees with 20 seconds to go now. And that should do it for one more, or we're going to move to the handshake line now as we will. The regional semifinal champion out of this one or the regional semifinal winner, I should say, the Steubenville Big Red take out the Indian Valley Braves 42-35, and they will move on to the regional finals out of Region 15.
Yeah, outstanding game here tonight, played by both teams. You know, Steubenville, one of the premier football teams in the state. You know, I've said that multiple times, and if you've not watched the Big Red play in person, you don't know how good they are and how well coached they are. And Indian Valley, this group of kids come in here tonight, they knew they had a big hill to climb. They were up for the challenge, and they made it to the top. They just couldn't get over the peak.
A one-touchdown win for Stubenville, who will now move on into the next round for Indian Valley, with their season now coming to an end, getting to the regional semis. What a performance by them overall, Shannon, like you said, with nothing but fight. The unfortunate thing for the Braves, and I'm sure this is what a lot of these kids are going to be feeling, there are no prizes for coming up just short.
No, and every one of these kids, they'll go back tonight. It's a long bus ride home, and these kids will sit on that bus, and they'll pick apart everything that they did wrong. They won't look at what they did right to put themselves in this position. They'll sit there and they'll be like, man, I got called for this penalty, or I dropped this pass, or I missed this block. And that is just how the brain of a competitor works. You don't ever sit back and say, you know what, we left it all on the field and we did everything we could do to win that football game and we got beat by a better team. They won't look at it that way. They'll try to figure out what they did wrong, and you know, they don't have anything to hang their heads about. I mean, the Braves, they fought hard tonight. Outstanding effort by those young men.
Indian Valley season coming to an end tonight, but we'll talk more about this game and wrap things up when we come back. We'll see if we could still get head coach Matt Lancaster for Indian Valley. His team comes up just short, 42-35 tonight. Stick around, so we'll have your Dumont Sporting Goods postgame show upcoming.
Jeff Wallach, LLC, is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities for over 25 years. We specialize in vinyl siding, replacement windows and doors, gutters, downspouts, and much more. We provide quality service regardless of the size or scope of the project. Our crews are reliable, respectful, and mindful of a safe work environment. Jeff Wallach, LLC is certified by the Better Business Bureau. Call today and discover how we can assist you in making your vision a reality.
People are always asking, what is Cartoons? I hear that name on the radio all the time. Cartoons is a radio shop in New Philadelphia that specializes in tuning up your stereo system on anything you drive or ride. We tune up car tunes, truck tunes, boat tunes, motorcycle tunes, RV tunes, new and used vehicle tunes. We carry the best brands from Kenwood, Sony, Alpine, Pioneer, just to name a few. Cartoons also carries a full line of lighting accessories, backup camera systems, remote starts, or just need it installed? Give us a call. Cartoons on West High Avenue in New Philly. Be there.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. The past 30 years, the residents in and around the Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff of McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of those communities, there is nothing better than high school sports. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty, 330-364-SOLD, or find us online at McInturfRealty.net.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for talking and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov
or go to empowertusk.com.
Take a second to step outside of your daily life and breathe. Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District brings that perfect break from a busy life. and great destinations for relaxing, camping, fishing, hiking, family-friendly activities, and so much more. Atwood and Tappan Lakes also have new campsites with full hookup connections and full-service marinas. Reserve your adventure now at mwcd.org. The Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District would also like to congratulate all of the area athletes on a great season.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Janayton Hutton, South Broadway, and Schunbrunn and New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Novelis Uriksville is the world leader in aluminum recycling, and they need you. They have immediate openings for general laborers, equipment operators, and various skilled trade positions. They'll start you at $22 per hour or higher. There are advancement opportunities, and Novelis offers industry-leading benefits. To apply or find out more, go to novelis.com/careers and search Uriksville. That's novelis.com/careers and search Uriksville. Novelis is an equal opportunity employer.
Back to St. Clairsville from the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio as we enter the Dumont Sporting Goods postgame show. 42-37 is your final with the Steubenville Big Red. Did I say 37, Shannon? My apologies. 42-35 is your final score as Steubenville downs Indian Valley in the Division IV Region 15 semis. Indian Valley trailed by 21 points with just a few minutes to go in this game, somehow found their way back in it. Had one final opportunity there at the very end, but came up just short, which truthfully, given some of the losses that we saw this Indian Valley team take this year, Shannon, whether they were to Dover or they were to Garraway or they were to St. Clairsville, thank you. This team, I'd say in this postseason, grew quite a bit considering who they just took almost all the way to the limit.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why Coach Lancaster and the guys, whenever they bumped up how many teams could get in the playoffs, they were able to drop a couple of those games and pick up competition like that. Mind you, it makes you fall to the 13th seed. It gives you a tougher road to go. You got to face some tougher teams. But they rose to the challenge and made these kids better for that. They were ready for competition like this.
Well, they definitely were, and going through some of that early scoring and going through the game as a whole, things got started when Colton Thomas electrified the crowd with that pick six for the miscommunication for Steubenville. That was then followed by a Grady Kinsey power run after a couple good carries for him. They started in plus territory on that drive. Steubenville, they got back into the action, though, as they got it to a 13-7 ball game, when it was Aiden Manning who connected with Isaac Hill, 87 yards on the screen passes. That alone, that play right there, Shannon, we can go back, and that typifies what Big Red did and had so much offensive success with tonight. Those screen passes and Indian Valley's occasional inability to wrap up at the legs, that's what cost them in the end.
And that's where it came down to. That stretch of plays right there kind of set the tempo there in the second quarter that gave them that little bit of distance, but then, Indian Valley had to try to play from behind.
They did have to try to play from behind there as going through some of the rest of the scoring for Steubenville. They then took the 14-13 lead after it was a good run up the middle for Xavier Fulks, who got in and got Steubenville ahead, and that was a lead they would never relinquish because then after that, it was a screen pass again from Manning. He found Felton, who also scampered into the end zone. Indian Valley, Shannon, did not go on to score again until late in the third quarter when Grady Kinsey broke through on that busted play, that 54-yard touchdown run. It was kind of almost that moment that you thought the Braves started believing in themselves again.
Yeah, and that's just what it takes. It takes a big moment right there. There are some plays right there where if you feel like you make a mistake, you start hanging your head. And that's where, as veterans of a football team, they got to go to those kids and say, hey, listen, pick your head up. The game isn't over yet. We play 4 quarters. We play 12 minutes a quarter, You can't look at that. Just keep moving on. Got to give a shout-out to the offensive line this year. That was one of the places where Indian Valley felt they were going to be the weakest. And they come in tonight against a very dominating defensive line. And at times tonight, the Indian Valley offensive line played phenomenal.
They definitely did. Kinsey almost pushing 200 yards tonight, 2 touchdowns on the ground for him. He was a man, he was an animal in the middle, and he was going against a defensive line that I would argue, Shannon, you could put up against some of the very, very best in the state. Kinsey rose to the challenge time and time again with that. As for Sam Carter out of the quarterback position, he did have a touchdown pass tonight. He linked up with Colton Thomas from about 39 yards out. He threw one interception, which was in the end zone when he was trying to find Eric Golder back on the post route. Other than that, no other turnovers there for Carter. He was sacked a handful of times. I thought overall some good pocket presence for the senior. It's just a shame to see that that's how the career ends with a loss, but what do we always say? At the end of the year, there's only one team left standing in each division, right?
Yeah, and you hate to see a group of kids lose. Somebody's always got to lose. I see some of the seniors still out there walking around with their families. Cam Guspert was just down there hugging all the coaches. But this senior class, man, there's 12 seniors on this team, and a lot of people won't remember, this senior class was the class that got to play in the brand-new stadium for the first time in the COVID-shortened year. They lost 3 football games because of COVID as far as COVID protocol. They got bounced out of the playoffs because of COVID protocol. This senior class has 7 playoff wins. They're going to end their career 33-15 as a team. They got 2 4-year starters on this team: Colton Thomas, Sam Carter. 4-year starters, 4-year letterman. 3 other players in Tanya McComb, Quake Beatty, Hayden Wrench, 3-year letterman. For this team. And these seniors, the record-breaking seniors they've had, Colton Thomas set, 3 records in one night in the career
on one play.
The career interception record, career interception return for a touchdown,
and the longest
return. Colton Thomas and
Tanya McComb.
Tanya McComb. Colton Thomas and Tanya McComb are tied now for interceptions in a year with 8. So those two have that record. Sam Carter, the all-time passing record leader for Indian Valley Braves in a career. Quake Beatty holds the record for most tackles in one season, got it as a junior. This year, I think he's going to end up being the leading tackler on the team probably, and he missed 4 games with a broken hand.
Yeah, imagine what he would have done with those extra 4 games, but we called his name quite a bit tonight. He's just an animal in the middle of the defense.
This team came into the playoffs. They were headed down to number 4, Logan Elm. Everybody, thought that Logan Elm was going to beat them. Indian Valley went in there and rolled them. And then they went on to play number 3, Bishop Reedy last week, the number 1 running back in the state, got all these big offers. And they went in there. Last week was the first time all season that Kentrell Reinhardt didn't even score a touchdown in the game. And the Braves defense stepped up and, held him at bay all night long. And we just got confirmation that Coach Lancaster wants to come up here and talk to us. So we got to give him a second to walk up here to the press box as he's walking off with his family off the field now.
Yeah, we'll definitely give him time for that. We'll actually end up taking a break here. But I guess kind of our final thoughts, just you and I's back and forth. Shannon, it's hard to swallow at the end of the year, especially when you go through that senior class, what some of these guys meant so much to this program. It's almost a beautiful thing, though, when you look at it and think about it this way. Indian Valley tonight, I think they lost to the better team. But what they did not do was ever quit at any moment.
No, and they didn't quit. And that's one thing that's always been about Indian Valley football. They fight till the end. And they didn't quit all night long. There were times when they got way behind and they kept going, and it's just – I hate to say it, but it's tough for me to watch this class walk off the field. I've been on the sideline with this team for the program with 8 years, and I get to watch a lot of these kids play peewee football with my nephew, and a lot of those kids, they all call me Uncle Shannon. So it's funny when I go places, I'll be walking through a store and I'll hear Uncle Shannon, or somebody will pull in my driveway to turn around and they'll be like, "Hey, Uncle Shannon." And so this senior class is one of the classes that probably means the most to me because I've got to know these kids through my nephew for years.
Absolutely. Well, Shannon, thank you so much for your time. We're going to go ahead and wait around and take one final time out here before we pack things up. We are going to be hearing from head coach Matt Lancaster for the Indian Valley Braves. Again, in Division 4, Region 15 in the semifinals, it is Steubenville downing them 42-35. Stick around one more time with Big Z Sports.
Fell can sell. When you choose the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, you can count on local expertise, terrific communication, an expert negotiator on your side, and detail-oriented service throughout the process. Real estate does not have to be difficult or stressful. Choose a team that will make the process quick, easy, and professional start to finish. Whether you are ready to buy or ready to sell, make sure you call Caleb Fell with the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, and downtown New Philadelphia, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
One final time today from the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio from St. Clairsville, where Stubenville tops Indian Valley 42-35. One final time this year, though, we're going to welcome in Indian Valley Braves head coach Matt Lancaster. And, Coach, you know, Shannon and I were talking here in the postgame. You guys were down by 3 scores with just a few minutes to go. You battled right back and were right there on the edge. I know that says a lot about the resiliency that Indian Valley has this season.
Yeah, it does. You know, and that's what I told our kids. I was so proud of the fight that they showed tonight. Against a very good Steubenville team, a team that I think is probably the best in the state in Division 4. And we came out and fought early. Then they kind of took control with their size and what they do, and they're just so good and well coached. And but our kids never gave up, and we kept fighting. Second half, we got some stops defensively, and then our kids never gave up. That's a credit to our seniors, to our captains, to our leadership, and to the resiliency that our kids have.
Now, Coach, if you could run me through maybe a little bit that fast start, the 13-0, you guys really jump out on them early, and then Steubenville kind of starts building the momentum. What was the conversations that were going on when they had that 28-13 lead you guys found yourself behind at halftime? Because I know Big Red came out with some momentum again in the second half, but you really kind of righted the ship. What was the conversation on the sideline?
Just keep fighting. That's it. Just keep fighting, guys. Just keep playing hard. You know, this could be our last game, so leave it all out there. Keep fighting for one another, and our kids did that. You know, as you said, we were up 13-0 early, and they had a big momentum switcher in the pass to their wide receiver that he broke it for a long touchdown, and then they kind of built off that, and they took the momentum and scored 28 straight. But we came out after halftime, and I was proud of the way our kids just kept fighting until the end. Colton Thomas, there's just so much fight in that kid. All our seniors, our captains, Cole Stephen and Quake Beatty, and Tanya McComb, Sam Carter fought hard back there at quarterback, and our offensive and defensive line are undersized every game. They were again tonight, but they didn't back down. You know, we asked our kids not to back down to a very good football team, and they sure didn't.
Coach, you kind of talked a little bit about it, but I'm going to want to give you another opportunity here to talk about your seniors. You know, a couple 4-year starters on this team, a lot of seniors who made some huge contributions tonight. I know this is a very special group.
Yeah, it is. You know, and you want your big-time players to make big-time plays in big-time games, and tonight was a big-time game, and they stepped up and made plays. You know, Grady had a great night running the ball, and he's not a senior, but our other seniors did step up with some great leadership and making plays on the field. And I'm very proud of them. You know, they've had a good run here. I haven't checked it yet, but I think they've won more playoff games than any group in our school history. So that's a credit to their leadership, to their work ethic. They work hard all season in the weight room, on the field, to make them what they are. And they're going to be great young men, too. And that's what our program's really about is creating great young men. And I know they are, and they're going to be great young men.
And, Coach, I know you've been doing this for a long time, and I know this moment is never a fun moment out there on the field, seeing the seniors step off for one final time. But for the underclassmen who are doing great things for your program as well moving forward, there's so much promise in this program as well for the Braves. I mean, whenever you guys started the year, you got those 3 losses. I know there were some questions if you guys would even make the playoffs. Now you're sitting here, and we're talking about going toe-to-toe with Steubenville. I'd imagine you could still call that quite a successful season.
Oh, it's definitely a successful season. If you look at the our older guys kind of made up a lot for the youth that we were playing too, because we played a lot of young guys this year. We started a freshman on both sides of the ball, on 2 sides of the ball, 2 different freshmen. We started two more sophomores on either side of the ball, and a couple other sophomores chipped in. So as you said, very successful season. I told our seniors afterwards that I don't know that I've ever been more proud of a group, even in a win, than I am of this group in a loss, just because they went out the right way. They left it all on the field, and they can hold their heads high. If you know you gave it your best shot and you get beat by a better team, okay. And they gave it their best shot.
Absolutely, Coach. We appreciate your time here for the post game. Obviously, we'd love to talk to you if the result was flipped there, but, still a phenomenal game. Thank you so much, as always.
Yep, thank you, guys.
That was head coach Matt Lancaster for the Indian Valley Braves, live from the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio as we wrap things up for today's presentation of high school football. Indian Valley now will head on home after falling in the regional semis. Steubenville now moves on to the regional final for Division 4, Region 15. A big thank you to all of our sponsors once again, and the Claxon Communications crew tonight of Judd Bone and John Wayne. For Shannon Thomas, I am Nick McWilliams signing off for now. We will be back at a high school near you soon, Z Country.
Thanks for listening to Big Z Sports. Tonight's show was presented by Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, Novellus, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, TMK Valley Propane, First National Bank of Denison, the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, Wood Electric, Keim Home Center, Niedenthal and Company, the Commercial and Savings Bank, Dr. Nathan Springer, Auto Works Collision Center, and First Federal Community Bank. Follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter @Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. Thank you for listening to Big Z Sports on 99.9 WTUZ, Z Country.